Welcome to a regular conversation, guys.
That's good, man.
Honestly, that was the best one we've ever had.
That was good.
Welcoming.
It was, wasn't it?
Very
It was so warm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
warm.
It was very warm. I feel a little cozy.
Let's take my pants off.
I'm snuggle up right now.
Took my shirt off. 6-packed up.
I don't.
Well, like
When?
a 3-pack.
Yeah,
Three-pack.
I was gonna say I don't know if that's.
A Bud Light.
I got a keg.
Yeah.
I had a keg for him. 3-pack plus a keg. You do the math.
Right.
Well, Ross, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Glad you can join us again.
Thanks for letting me come back.
We're not gonna let you re-sign the thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. I've been practicing my signature.
It's a little late.
Maybe we should have
Yeah,
waited.
yeah,
It's a little
You should have
late.
got like the 3 episodes in.
I went home and started squiggling some new stuff. Like, you know what? Maybe I do need to grow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Squiggly line ain't gonna cut it.
With your crayons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some markers.
The smelly ones. The
No,
cherry.
Not allowed to use
Red!
This one's my favorite smell.
Gray, how you been?
Been all right.
Yeah.
Honestly, just been just hanging out really.
Yeah. Well, why are you making it so cold outside for us?
Right.
Because I don't like the heat,
What?
and our monthly meeting determined that we have to keep making it
At the
cold.
synagogue.
It's
right?
it's kind of it's not up to me.
You and the
It's up to
groundhog?
us.
You and the
Oh, I
groundhog?
see.
And you and the
It's
groundhog?
like a
Yeah.
majority vote wins type of deal.
That's just a show.
No, I'm talking about the Jews.
Yeah. The
Oh.
Jews hold up the groundhog,
Yeah.
groundhog, and they're like,
Oh.
They
yeah,
push 'em
6
up.
more weeks.
Yeah.
There's
Word.
a Jew underneath.
Yeah, underneath. They're fucking
You
shoving it up.
Get your ass out there. Mhm.
You better say you saw your shadow.
Better look over there as soon as you come out.
You got another dude on the other end hidden behind a rock like he's looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's like the moon landing. But that's a whole different day. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that.
Actually, speaking of space, I heard there's an asteroid that has a 4% chance of hitting.
God bless.
Earth?
4%?
4%.
Well, it was 2 point something,
Is it-
and then now it's up to 4.
Is it a big asteroid?
Yeah.
You know how cool that would be?
Where's it supposed to hit?
Right.
I haven't heard where it's
The
supposed to
Earth.
hit.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I haven't heard where it's supposed to hit. They haven't told us that yet.
That shit would be cool, though.
I
love
figured,
it.
they,
I
I
go
figured
there.
they tell the Jews first.
And
then
you give
everyone
away the
else.
information.
Trickle it down.
I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
I think
get
Mexicans
ins-
would be last to hear.
We'd get insider information. Hopefully they group me with
Has it ever
other
happened before?
ethnicities that'll know first.
Asteroids hitting the Earth?
Yeah.
It's fucking been millions
Hey,
of times.
No, I mean, but I'm
Mexico.
talking about like,
Nah, I mean,
Gulf of America. Get
Gulf
it right,
of
dude.
America is
Come on.
still in parentheses, okay?
it is in parentheses.
has everybody?
I
But
should
that's what
have
everybody's
the other
supposed to be
day.
saying. You got to quote
What's the
that.
difference between a meteor and an asteroid?
The asteroid's what wiped out the dinosaurs. A meteor happens. I mean, there's thousands of them that hit the Earth every day.
I think it's size.
Did I say meteor? I think it's supposed to be an asteroid, right?
No,
You said asteroid.
no, hold up. I
It's an
believe
asteroid.
I think it's like lava and magma,
Mm-hmm.
where like magma is underground and lava is above ground. I think asteroids are still in space and meteors are in the atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Okay.
I think I'm
I
not sure.
thought asteroids broke up and then were meteors.
I mean-
is what I thought.
I thought you would know, Greg, since you knew everything about space.
The asteroid, if I'm correct, is the larger, component
larger.
to it.
Yeah.
Because
And then
the
it breaks
asteroid is
up.
what wiped out the dinosaurs. That's what caused it. If I'm correct, that's the reason why we have.
You know how big that motherfucker has to be to enter the atmosphere and then not break up? Has to
Yeah,
be
that's
big
a
as
big
fuck.
bitch.
Right.
big enough
I mean-
to wipe out an entire species of animals.
No, everybody.
I mean, look at Armageddon, dude. The
Right.
movie.
Right.
We're going to have to call Bruce Willis.
Right.
Hopefully
An
we get to the
asteroid is a
task.
cosmic rocky object that turns into a meteor when it comes into contact with the Earth's atmosphere.
That's what I
So
said.
they're pretty much
That's
the
what
same
I
thing,
said.
just different times.
It breaks up.
Yeah,
It
so-
breaks up.
Well, it does not necessarily break up, but once it enters our atmosphere, it's considered a meteor.
Oh, okay.
So when it's still in space, it's an asteroid, and then once it
So when they
gets to
say
our
an
ship-
asteroid's about to hit Earth, that's a fucking lie.
well, no, it's not a
Because
lie.
no, it is because then it's a meteor once it enters the
And
space.
there's the,
When it enters Earth, yeah.
So that's a lie.
By that time, it's too late.
But I mean, yeah. But there's no
it's
way an
still an asteroid because
asteroid.
it's still way the fuck out there.
But it can't hit Earth.
I mean-
Meteors hit Earth.
No, meteors are in the atmosphere.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is
Well, the asteroid has to come into the atmosphere to hit Earth.
And at that
but
point,
then
it
it
becomes
becomes
a
a meteor.
That's what I'm saying.
So when it's still not in Earth, it's an asteroid.
Right.
So
it-
even if it's just outside of Earth, like if it was outside the door of my
technically,
house,
an
it'd
asteroid
still be an
can't hit
asteroid.
Earth.
Correct.
That's all I
An
want to hear.
asteroid can't
You
hit
got
Earth.
it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I was
Thanks,
right when
Keith,
I
for
said it
clearing that
breaks
up.
up.
This
It
was
breaks
like
up.
this
They-
was like
they
that
do
conversation
usually
of
break
a
up.
scary
Yes.
movie.
Depending on how big they are.
He's
Right,
like,
right.
you can't wake up dead.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you know
You're
how
dead, you don't
big
wake
the
up.
motherfucker would have to be to hit to get into the atmosphere and not break up?
I mean, that would be
Be a
pretty
very
Big as
large
fuck.
mass.
It's got to be the
Very
size
large mass.
of a state, right?
Shit, bigger than
They
that.
always compare it to like,
No.
oh, it's the size of
That'd be
Texas.
bigger than that.
You know?
I mean, there ones.
Texas,
There's
Washington,
ones that
Yeah.
there's ones that hit
Common
that are
units
like
of measurement.
Yeah.
car sized. After it
3
has
elephants,
been
you know?
broken down a little
Anything
bit.
but actual
Right.
measurements.
Yeah.
No numbers involved.
No.
You know.
No, it's the size of 17 elephants put together.
So, okay, how
They
big
do-
is that?
Yeah.
They always be making some weird ass measurements.
Well, that's the same
Oh, yeah.
size as half of a blue whale.
Yeah.
Half a city block.
What was I think it was like a city social media page for some city or other, and they were describing like potholes that arose in the city,
Oh,
and they're like, this one is you can fit 7 washing machines in it. I'm like, what the?
yeah.
Who uses this fucking unit of measurement?
That's new to me.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who's going out there with 7 washing
Just,
machines?
just say it's big as fuck. Like,
Well, it's like when they talk about hail, right? It's a golf ball size, softball,
I mean,
hail,
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you were like, it's the size of 9 peas, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Just give me something that's bigger than a pea.
Right.
What the fuck?
Don't worry,
Apple?
folks. It's just gonna hail nickel and dimes today.
You're going into your freezer,
No
counting out the
quarters?
peas. Oh, shit. Okay.
That's a pretty good size.
This is what I hate. As the crow flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a
It's just a straight
saying.
line.
Yeah.
So that's all that means. Though.
When I be seeing them motherfuckers, they don't be flying straight. That's all I'm saying.
Sure, but they could.
They-
Crows do
they
tend to
could.
eat out the garbage quite a bit, so they could have gotten into somebody's.
So
brain.
could a sparrow fly straight?
Yeah, sure, it's a bird.
So next time I'm gonna say as the sparrow flies, and then somebody says some shit.
You know any sparrows around here?
No, but do they fly
Yeah,
straight?
what are the
Migrate
ones
every year?
that
They fly straight?
have those nests under bridges?
Yeah,
Are those sparrows?
No, those are
Swallows.
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 What's the
Okay.
ones that have all the nests down below?
Those are mud swallows. yeah.
Swallows. Not swallows. They're
As
protected.
the swallow
They're a
flies.
they're a protected
As the mud
species.
swallow.
Hey, if you want to start using it, you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to.
You want to know what
Hey, I'm
happened?
in.
I probably shouldn't say this.
But you're going to.
I'm going to.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I first started, I seen all that shit up there. And that hose was there.
Say less, Keith.
I'm gonna
Say
have to cut
less.
this out. I am actually.
Say less.
So I started dragging the hose over there, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm about to take all this mud down from here."
I'm being proactive.
And they was like,
Please.
"What? All this mud? See that? I'm about to fucking squirt all that shit down." So I proceeded to, and these motherfuckers ran over there like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Fucking mud on the side of the building. That's not mud. And they told me what it was. I was like,
Oh, it's protected.
Yeah. Well, you know what's fucked up? All these protected things, right? These animals. One of them is, I can't remember the name of the mouse, but it's mice. Like if they build little nests like on bridges and stuff too, can't fuck with it.
"Really?"
Here in this state?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Rinky dinky ass field mice, man.
if we cut
So
a tree,
they have to be an abandoned nest.
yeah,
Because we
Yeah.
have taken those mud swallow nests out, but it was like,
They were.
you got to make sure they're abandoned,
Yeah.
and
if a tree
it's
has
like
a nest
off
in it,
season or whatever, like they're
We're
in
not
their
supposed to cut it
migration
down.
phase or some shit.
yeah.
Mhm.
No?
If
Hey,
a
don't
tree
worry.
has a nest in it, we're
Finna
not
go
supposed to
around
cut that
making
bitch down.
makeshift nests in there. And
Yeah.
all the trees.
Like
that
you
cut
said, it
down.
has to be abandoned. I'm
Yeah.
like, first of all, motherfucker.
If it's not there, it's abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And when I'm up here cutting this shit, how the fuck was I even supposed to know there was a nest up in this bitch?
Yeah.
So guess what? It's abandoned now.
Was
Yeah. Once it hit the ground.
They ain't gonna be squeaking no more. Ain't no more chirping going on. It's abandoned to me.
Right. It was abandoned when I got here when I started that chainsaw up.
Oh yeah. Get comfortable.
Yeah, that's
Charlie.
crazy.
He wants to be comfortable.
Yes, there's a lot of protected shit.
He doesn't like the light.
Where I'm from, you
definitely.
couldn't kill prey mantises.
Oh really?
Since
Yeah.
when?
I didn't know that.
They're not endangered.
Back in the day. I'm older than y'all. But prey mantises, them motherfuckers was, you couldn't fuck with them. They take your ass to jail if you kill one of them. And walking sticks.
I never heard
Oh,
about.
the
Walking sticks are
leaf-
cool. I'd never mess with
Those
them.
things are
Like,
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I like those.
Never had seen one. But praying
Really?
mantis, for the longest when I was a kid, I was told they were poisonous. And I remember the first time one
They look
touched
dangerous.
me, it like flew. And
Poisonous?
Like,
What do you
touched me, I
eat
was
them
like,
for?
I'm dead.
What are you eating them?
The motherfuckers be looking at you like this. Dog.
Breaking off a little leg.
Leaf bugs are really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah.
ones? Sorry.
Leaf bugs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're dope.
Leaf bugs are cool.
Trust. There's a
Did
mic.
you
I
know
kill
it's
'em all.
not what the hell, HELL, it's what the hail?
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Or colder than hail.
Well,
Not
Cold
hell.
and hell. I've always, but
I
I
feel
like
like that's
hell.
some PG censorship bullshit.
it's
Colder than hail.
Well, hell's not. If you think about hell, you think about fire and brimstone, right?
right.
But it's not cold. It's hot.
Sure.
So
but
what's
they say,
cold?
They
What's
say
cold,
both
though?
phrases.
What's
Hail.
the
Well-
what is it when you're? What's that phrase called when you're like, it's colder than hell? We know hell's not cold, but we, it's like a.
HE double hockey sticks.
It's not an acronym.
Again,
hockey stick.
Played on ice. It's not.
Right.
There you go.
What are you
You found
talking
a way.
about?
When it's you're trying to express something and it's actually the reverse of it, right? You're like,
Acronym?
dudes who are big being called tiny. You know what I'm talking about? It's
An
not an
idiom?
acronym. Is it an idiom? Is that what
Idiom.
idiom?
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm not
What's
sure.
an acronym?
Like
An abbreviation.
one letter stands for something. Like the CIA is an acronym. Central Intelligence Agency.
Mhm.
That's an acronym.
FBI.
Yeah,
Federal
those are
There you go.
acronyms.
Bureau of Investigation.
Alphabet Boys. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of three-letter
The
agencies.
ATF and all that shit.
Right.
ATF,
The Alphabet
DEA,
Boys.
CIA,
Alphabet Boys
FBI.
come for you. You done
I'm
for
sure
it.
you guys use a shit ton of them too.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
I
No,
ask,
I meant like
ask
Oh.
quite a bit if they're DTF, so I use acronyms quite a bit.
Pog. There you go. I got you.
Right.
For some
Right.
reason, they keep responding with this acronym NO. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
that one's about.
No,
Gotta
not in
figure
New
out what these
Orleans. Here, we were not fucking in New Orleans.
BBW. I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you got it.
Yeah. I'm catching on, guys. Thanks. I never knew what they were called. I just thought it was that.
You didn't realize they were shorted.
Right. Yeah. Crazy. What else? Hey, so I've been trying to get some explanation on why those two cars sit there and we can't park in the little spaces because they're border patrol. Do you know that?
No, they're
Yeah,
ice.
cars.
What cars?
So if you come out the farther door, come out, the walkway,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
two cars on the end.
What?
Not the door we walk.
Not the front door, the other door.
The one that me and Greg usually walk out.
Yeah, on that very north side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those two cars on the end are border
What fucking
patrol.
two cars?
They're always on the end. Two
I
cars.
only know the one that's always on the DHS one. That's the only one I know of. That
You talking
always-
about
is
out there, or
always
you talking about at the end of the walkway?
There's not always one there.
There's always two. I seen them getting out of the
Are you
car.
talking
one
that
day.
first section
Yep. So if you come out
where
that
the
door,
gates are at?
no, the hedges I cut.
Yeah.
At the end of that walkway, there's two cars right here.
Still on this right hand side.
Mhm.
You haven't crossed
Into
over
the parking lot.
lot
No,
yet.
yeah,
We're like 2,000 miles from the border. What are they doing up here?
That's what I said.
No, wait, hold on. One of those is my boss's car.
On the all the
That's
way
what
in
your
the
boss
end?
There's a
is
Tesla
doing.
there.
Well,
On
I
the
don't know what
end?
your boss is doing after work.
Maybe three, but those two on the end are border
Okay.
patrol.
All right.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'd never see cars over there.
There's always two. Always two.
You know, I've been getting emails from my son's school and my daughter's school about it's pretty much about ICE, right?
Yeah.
Taking all these illegals away.
Right.
And they're like, we will make sure that if the kids have a place to go. Because imagine walking out of school,
Right.
waiting for your mom to show up,
Yeah.
or dad, whoever.
Should've got
And
hanged
never.
Yeah, and they're gone. They're in
Right.
Mexico.
Right.
Don't worry. We'll keep these little
Yeah.
children safe for you till you make
Like,
it back
what the-
over.
Well, what's
Fuck,
crazy
dude.
to me is whoever the old sheriff was said he wasn't with that bullshit. He wasn't going to abide by any of that, but the new one's saying he is.
The old one was also caught in a conspiracy, though.
Yeah, he was doing some wild bribery shit.
Fucking his
But I still liked him that he was like, I don't
Secretary.
really have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do that shit.
He was
if I don't want.
also really racist too.
It didn't seem like it. He said he wasn't with that. Like, he wasn't going to be out there trying to track motherfuckers
Doesn't
down.
mean-
Says
Not
that to the
racist.
public.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
behind
yeah.
closed doors.
Yeah.
He was like,
But this
texting-
one's openly racist.
He was like,
Yeah.
texting
I'm getting them all.
people the N-word
Yeah.
and shit.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where those texts
just
came
cops. That's just
Yeah,
cops.
cops
Yeah.
in general. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
you know. I always thought it was a term of endearment.
Hey, I get that. I get
to me.
Right.
Get out!
Oh, speaking of the
Yeah,
N-word.
brother. Yeah, brother.
So I was listening to Theo Vaughn today. He had Antonio Brown on his podcast.
He's wild.
Yeah, he is. Dude, he's fucking wild. He was a wide receiver in the NFL.
Wild.
Oh, okay.
He's wild.
And AB's like, yeah, we got to change this word. It shouldn't be negative, right? And he's throwing out the soft A, right? All show. He's like, Theo, me and you, we're boys. Say I'm your
Did
right?
Theo do it?
I think he did, but they bleeped it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming he did. And then Theo, after that, he's like, I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable saying this. And AB was cool. He's like, no, man, we're good. Like, me and you, we're good.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind it if, like, Mexicans say it. Spanish folks say it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, that's convenient for you.
Yeah.
Very
Like a
convenient.
Dominican.
But, like, I'm talking, the young, it doesn't bother me. I'm like,
What
I
about
get it.
would Corey be allowed to
Yeah,
say?
would I be allowed to say
Because
it?
he's half.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the little fat white dude.
oh, no.
No.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, that's who I thought you were talking about.
No, he definitely.
Yeah, he said,
Corey
Cole.
can say it. I just think that Corey would say it too proper.
Yeah.
So,
You gotta throw some dirt in.
He really enunciated.
yeah, I
My Negro.
would. Every letter gets enunciated.
Somehow making it like a 4-syllable word.
So Colt says it
So today,
right there. That's quick.
Yeah, right there.
Quick.
so speaking of
I'll
that,
call
today,
Jorge real fast.
today I was listening to music in the car, right? Just all day, just
Yeah.
listening to music, and I was listening to NWA that came on.
What does
Lil
that
Wayne
stand
came
for?
on.
Is that an acronym for something?
It is, yeah.
I just learned what that means. I just learned.
Hey, apparently amongst us, I can say it now.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I was listening. I'm like, and I started like rapping along with some of it, but I'm like listening to myself. I'm like, I can't rap. I say every word as it's intended to be said, right?
Mhm.
Compared to the slang
Right.
that they're using.
Like, and I guess for me, I just can't do that slang, that different voice they do,
Dude,
right?
you got a little-
And that's
So I'm
usually
like, there's no way I can be a rapper ever.
just now realizing that.
No, I knew it,
It's
but
never
like
too late.
it
It's
kind
never
of clicked
too
in my
late
head.
Just hit
to
him.
pursue your dreams,
Yeah.
all right? It's never
Just
too
hit
late to pursue your dreams, Corey. You ever want to get in the studio, let me know. We'll
Yeah.
download a free YouTube beat and
Yeah.
get to it. You know?
get to it.
There's going to be a lot of
Copyright
taglines in it.
Right.
You just have to credit the producer.
It's gonna be
which-
canceled real quick.
It'll be a Shutterstock.
Why is this guy using that hard R?
They're like, dude, that's not even the line.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Corey swore he did it with an A at the end.
Yeah.
He's like, let me listen to this back.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, so no, we're not producing. That one's not getting
Yeah,
produced.
you gotta take that again. Take it. Double take.
So they're like, dude, you've been here for 8 hours on this one bar.
Gotta get it right, man. Gotta make sure everyone hears every letter.
Like certain motherfuckers will
teaching
say it.
you
It's cool with me. Certain
pronunciation.
motherfuckers, I can't. I can't let them. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, there are certain people I'm like,
Yeah. Certain
nah.
motherfuckers, I
You
don't
say it
know.
with hatred. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not,
I
it's
can
no longer
tell.
a term of
I
endearment.
can tell how
if
you
you
said it.
if you hang on that first syllable a little too
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or that, you let that
you put
R
some
drag
oomph,
out.
you put some
Oh,
oomph
man.
behind it.
You let that R drag out. You getting smacked in the mouth.
And you start rolling it at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah. All right, yo. Okay.
Could
And
you
then
imagine?
It gets the
getting-
high pitch in it too, like ah.
Yo, that high pitch. Well, I'm telling
Boy,
you.
once you say that, mm.
Yep, we're done.
Yeah, I had my badge in.
You're bad.
Yeah, dog.
So
Sound like a cop.
You act like you get fired for that.
Throws his badge and his gun on the counter. Hey,
I see it being tested one day though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, with
I
all
think
these
so.
little young kids and
Oh, yeah.
some of these weirdos in there.
Someone go.
I'll be right behind you.
It's gonna be me and Keith playing the
Hey,
joke.
I
on the
will
wrong
test it
person.
with you.
I'm
You
gonna
don't fucking say it with a
right.
hard ER.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Go
telling
roll
you,
it.
like I won't even be able to control myself. Just
I'll
I think
test
you'll
it
be
with you.
protected though. I think you'll be
Oh,
alright.
yeah. It'll be
I
good.
think probably maybe, but I'm testing it.
If
I think-
I'm there,
I think
I'm
you'll be
jumping in
protected.
for sure.
I'm
I think there'll be
testing
some people who are
I bet
mad
you
it.
that
You
they
can't
gotta
beat
say
him
it.
up. We just
It's a
you know,
smack.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a smack.
just
No, we
smack.
can beat
It's
him
a
up.
comeback to reality.
Yeah.
Like you better recognize.
That's
who
what I'm
you're
there
fucking
for.
talking to.
Right.
I bet
right.
you that slap is gonna be so hard. I'll hear it from downstairs.
It's gonna be hard.
And I'll come running up.
You know how they be having those contests where you just be smacking
Oh
people?
yeah, those
yeah.
are
That's
nuts.
what, I'm gonna give him one of them.
Those
One
are
of them.
insane, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be a reset. It's gonna be a factory reset.
Oh yeah,
slap.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Just remember, like, dude, it ain't that type of party. You know what I mean? We are culturally integrated. Okay, don't play with me.
Right.
Where are you barking at?
Like they be saying, this is 2025, not 1925.
We're getting
Yeah.
further and further back.
It
We're
seems like
rewinding
we
that
are,
clock
though.
pretty quick.
And to me, because I was talking to
I
about
mean,
my
hey,
dad about
we had
it. Like,
2 Nazi salutes at the inauguration. So.
yeah,
That shit was
I
wild.
think that was the first, right?
Yeah. Well.
I think it was, dude.
It's-
Openly.
Yeah.
I've
Openly,
never
I'll
seen
say
anything.
that.
I
I'll
never
say
seen
that.
anything like that before in my life. Like he just openly did it twice.
And all the supporters were out there
And
like,
absolutely
"Hell yeah!
zero consequences.
We've been waiting for someone
None.
to do
He's
it.
with us.
None.
Weird. That's my guy.
And I'm cool with the way the old days used to be.
I
Remember,
voted for Elon.
they used to say it back in the day. Punch him in the face. It was cool. Nobody got in trouble. But now
You gotta be worried about all
the
this.
cop, them calling the cops after. I don't
Everybody's
understand how you
PC
have
now.
the nerve to say some fucked up shit and then you get punched in the face and then you call the cops.
Right.
I just don't
And
understand.
now
it.
you're considered the aggressor.
right.
It's called white privilege.
I just don't get it. But like I
It's
said,
weird. It's weird the way that they swap it around about the aggressor and who's the victim and stuff like that, because they're very smart with how they do it, right? Because they're like, well, I just did this. Back even when I was a kid, like, you know, in school, like if someone did that shit to you, you could slap them and then explain your situation. And teacher would be like, well, shit.
right.
No.
Now it's like
Nowadays, there's a zero tolerance rule.
Yeah, now-
so
well, now
it
it's
doesn't
like-
matter.
now it's like, oh well, yeah, he said it, but that's a word. That's not considered an aggression.
Right. Well,
Your reaction to that is the aggression part of it.
Right.
Therefore, you're the aggressor.
It's just
You're
a
The
like,
physical contact.
yeah. Like,
Really
you can't
don't-
You just
slap
gotta
nobody
stand
no
there
more.
and take it.
right. Oh no,
Hey.
we getting Olivia Newton-John in this bitch.
Wait, what?
Physical.
That's a
Physical.
that's a
Okay.
whole reference
Yeah.
right
Right.
there.
Yeah, I
I
just dig her
forgot
out.
about- I was thinking of Greece.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like,
did she say that? when they
hey,
flew off
I
the
might
car?
start putting grease on and shit, like all that. That's what boxers do. They put that shit all over their face, Vaseline,
Oh
and
yeah.
get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaseline. My aunt used to tell me they used to drench themselves in Vaseline, go down, you know what I'm saying,
And
fight.
start fighting.
Yep. And get into it, and they'd be like, fuck her up. She could never hit a mark. I'm like, yeah, you done poured half a gallon of Vaseline
Yeah.
and wiped it all over you.
That's what chicks used to do back in the day. They put Vaseline and then you can't get grabbed, and then you just
Blink,
and they're trying to grab you, try to hit you, and shit sliding off, and they just like.
You gotta go for the hair.
I didn't grow up with the
Yeah.
Vaseline. I
Well,
grew
we
up with,
can't do that with black
You
folks.
put
It
like a
just come
lighter
right
in your
out.
hand.
So it's
Just
just a
take out
wig.
lighter.
It's
Yeah,
just a
just
wig.
take off
Reinforce
that
your
wig.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still hurts. That
Yeah.
stuff's weaved in
Vaseline, huh?
there.
It comes right out. It's like what do they call that? Flyaway. You know how they pull the pants off in the NBA?
Yeah. Those
I was-
For
snaps.
some reason, I was thinking that Will Ferrell movie where he's skating. He pulls.
Oh yeah.
For some
what
reason,
is that movie?
That's what popped up.
Blades of Glory?
Blades of
Yes,
Glory.
Yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory.
Well, he did it in the basketball movie too. What was that
Yeah.
basketball movie?
Tropic Thunder. No.
No, Tropic Thunder was the army one.
That's a-
Army.
Thunder is
It was
totally-
they were in the tropics though.
Yes, they
You
were
can't
the
even
tropics.
do that. What Robert Downey Jr. did.
Oh, that was
movie.
so
no.
He blackfaced that movie and did it so well. That
Did
was
it well.
amazing.
Yeah.
Did it well.
What do you mean by you people?
Yeah.
What do you mean by you people?
That movie was the shit.
400 years.
That movie was
He
the
said
shit.
that's the intro to Good Time.
But you know what? You can't do that now. That movie's
No.
what, only 10 years old? Maybe?
No, it's older than
15?
that.
Is
It's
it?
gotta,
Oh, yeah,
it's gotta
yeah.
be what, mid 2000s, something like that.
I think it's about 15 now.
But still,
So yeah, what is that? That puts it at
What's that?
you can't do that shit anymore
about
now.
2010.
Remember-
I would say it's 2008 to 2012 is when that movie came out. Somewhere in
Y'all,
that
y'all
40s span.
remember Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched that not that long ago.
I bet you
2000
can't. You will never do no
No.
shit like that.
2008, by the way.
2008. Okay.
Damn, all right. I
Yeah,
didn't
Blazing
know.
Saddles.
You know, what's the
No.
other one? With the
Django?
Ten Commandments type shit.
Oh,
It was
Commandments.
another Mel.
What was that?
What was the dude's name?
Mel
Mel.
Gibson.
Passion of Christ?
Mel
Maybe.
Gibson.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
Oh. Are you thinking of Life of Brian? Was that
No,
what
yeah.
you
No,
the
that's the
tablets.
Monty Python guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think it was. What'd you say it was?
No, the
Monty
guy's name is
Python.
Mel Brooks.
No, what you said. I think you said the name of the movie.
Monty.
The
It's not
Ten
Monty
Commandments?
Python.
What are you talking
No.
about?
He was holding up a tablet
Yeah,
in the movie.
It's probably Life of Brian.
that sounds
I
right.
don't think it was.
No, you're right. I'm stuck in Mighty Python world now.
Yeah, I know.
It was
made by Mel Brooks.
somebody just said the name.
No.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't me. I don't know. What
No,
you guys
History of the
talking
World.
History of the World.
There it is.
There it is.
They tried to make a second one.
Yeah,
it's
that
on
was
Amazon.
Monty Python, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Was it? Mel Brooks.
Oh,
Says Mel
okay.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Mel Brooks said
So
the
they
name.
did
that's
try to make
right.
a second one, like a
They said
revamp
no.
of that.
They said no.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon,
They was about
but
to
it's
make.
not nearly as funny.
Yeah, that movie was funny as shit too.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of racist shit in that shit.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
Mel Brooks. Mel
Funny
Brooks
as
is great.
shit. Oh,
That's him right there.
I mean-
that's why I thought you'd recognize him.
I mean, you got Spaceballs. That's classic.
yeah.
Classic, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
He's got a bunch of them. Young Frankenstein.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that was good too.
That's
Yeah,
a
good
that's a
shit.
goated movie.
I forgot about that one.
That's a great fucking movie.
Watch it every Halloween.
Yeah.
The humps changes sides. And he's like, "What happened here?" He's like, "What?
What?
What do you mean?"
Mhm. Yeah, you can't make
Yeah,
movies like that
it's-
no more, man.
Like,
No, it's a different world we live in.
Yeah, dog.
you know, the bad thing is, comedy's supposed to be
There's supposed to be
expression, right?
No, yeah, there's supposed to be
Make
no
fun
borders
of.
for it.
Yeah, you're supposed to get everyone to get. Oh, here we go.
So
That's why Dave
Here we
Chappelle
go.
don't give a fuck.
Fucking
So,
sighing already, dude.
it's not that
We're only. Hold on.
it's not that I disagree with
We're
that.
20 minutes in.
Let's
and you're
hear it.
sighing.
It's not that I disagree with that sentiment. I agree that comedy should be its own kind of
Freedom of speech type thing.
free space to
Unfiltered.
make these kind of
Unfiltered.
make these kind of jokes, knowing that okay, yes, we know we make these kinds of jokes, but it's just comedy. We understand that it's just meant to be funny. We don't
Right.
actually agree with these,
Right.
racist or misogynistic kind of jokes, whatever. However, unfortunately, there are too many people who do agree with the core sentiments of these jokes. Of
Oh, it, absolutely.
well, black
They shouldn't be
people are
listening
just-
to you.
All they are thieves and blah blah blah.
They shouldn't be listening to you.
Sure, but you can't prevent who listens.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
how many
Sure you can.
stand-ups did was it Chris Rock? He did so many stand-ups about being a black guy.
Yeah.
And like different, like we watched that one like a million years ago that was like, what's the difference between
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, and they don't.
But you can't control your audience, right? But
No.
you can't.
you
But-
have sort of a vague responsibility as somebody who has a large reach.
I don't
But
audience.
think
in,
so.
in
I don't
comedy,
in my
think that.
opinion,
I don't
you
think
got
so
it.
in
either.
comedy,
I
there's
agree with
always
that.
some truth to it.
That's,
Sure.
That's like
that's
music.
that's what makes jokes.
And a lot of them play off of stereotypes.
That's
sure,
like music
right?
too, though.
But it's
Yeah.
a lot of it is supposed to be.
That's
I
another
get that
thing. I
this
agree with
is-
that. Like they're
This
I
is
get
an
it's a
ironic.
joke.
This is an
It's
ironic
standard.
statement
Yeah.
for the most part.
I'll tell you right now. I listen to
Artistic expression.
I listen to
It's like
a lot
Kendrick.
of. I'd probably say 75% of my musical vocabulary is
And
like straight gangbanging music, right?
Right.
I don't just go out there and start fucking shooting shit up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Crashing out for no reason. Just because it's not the artist's responsibility. A lot of these people are complaining about like the female rappers that are out nowadays and what they're speaking on, and like they're like, well, you're supposed to be a role model to these young girls. And it's like, first of all, what are you doing letting your fucking 10-year-old fucking 13-year-old girl listen to that shit?
Right.
Second of all,
Listen to what?
they're
Right.
they're
Right.
literally expressing the same thing
That's for your
that
mom.
us as men have been expressing in rap for fucking 40 years.
And they were
Sure.
trying to get that shit shut down a long
So
time
that-
ago,
that's-
too.
Long time ago.
That's a different. I feel like music and comedy are very different outlets.
I think
for-
that
I
comedy
don't think
should
so.
have no boundaries.
None.
Like, say what the fuck you want.
If
And
it's
if
funny,
you're
it's
soft-
funny. If it's
If
not,
you're
then
soft, you don't like
not.
it, don't fucking listen to that comic, dude.
Yeah.
Go.
That's what
go,
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? They have fucking
Where are you going?
It's
white
not-
collar
so-
comics.
I don't think it's necessarily that it's about people not liking it, because every comedy is gonna be for different people. Like
Right.
even that fucking puppet guy is for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
However,
Jeff Dunham.
yeah, I think he's a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
I liked him when I was a kid.
That kind of
No,
shit.
that's right. Yeah.
That kind of shit, whatever it may be, if you're going to play towards these stereotypes, if you will, right, you're kind of enabling that thought, right,
I mean,
to a certain extent, because
I don't agree with that.
because it's not the same medium as music, right? Music you kind of
But
have,
it
can
kinda-
kind of be uppy and kind of relay this message, kind of bring up good vibes, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
But as comedy, if you're bringing these sort of stereotypes to a forefront, there's going to be some section of people that are listening to you that you're reaffirming these stereotypes for them, right?
Okay.
But aren't stereotypes based off of? I mean, there's some facts
Not
behind
really.
it. There's some facts behind
I
it.
think
There
there's,
is.
there's a lot of truth
There
behind
is.
them.
A lot
Yeah.
of truth.
Here and you
That's
say,
what makes
well,
this shit
you know what I'm
funny.
saying?
Yeah.
You got all the jokes about Asian people eating dogs. You go to Asia, they're like, yeah, we're really eating dogs.
I mean,
Not every single one of them, right? But
Right.
like it's normal. It's normalized.
I mean,
out there. They
there's-
are eating dogs, and
there's like 2 countries in Asia that eat dogs.
But
Other
okay,
Asian
but they're
countries.
Asian, right?
Sure.
Right there, you
Okay.
go.
But there's
Bam.
other non-Asian countries that
I didn't
also
say it
eat
was 100%
dogs.
Right.
accurate, right?
Right. You say
You know,
there's,
they're like black people like fried chicken and watermelon and grape soda. I personally don't like grape soda.
I don't like watermelon.
You know what I mean?
But the other two, it's a
Shit.
go. It's a
Fried
go.
chicken.
It's a go.
Yeah.
The other two's a
Fried
go.
chicken, that's
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
We know that.
I ain't never met a black dude.
Who
that
doesn't
don't
like
fried
fried
chicken.
chicken?
Right.
I know.
Right.
Never met.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Right.
White, Asian, black, brown, everybody
Well,
loves
yeah.
fried chicken.
I think I said it before. I feel like I should have been black because I love fried chicken, love watermelon, love big booty girls. Like I'm there, halfway there.
Yeah,
Right.
I just
Yeah,
don't have.
that's
I just don't have the girth.
Corey, you just
That's-
gotta start saying the N word.
I know. Oh, here we go.
We're in.
Here it is. I got no.
part of your inauguration is that
He's in.
Yeah, you're there though.
No, stereotypes are
Are weird.
weird. They're a little bit of everything. They're weird. They're true. They're funny.
Right.
They're
Everybody laughs about it.
Sure.
they're
motherfucker-
terrible too, right?
You
We can agree.
You still have to acknowledge that these things can be hurtful.
Oh, absolutely.
And not necessarily hurtful like, oh, you hurt my feelings are hurtful. Like, harmful as in, like, you're literally contributing to somebody down the line is going to go, oh, well, I'm not going to hire this black guy because all black guys are lazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
At some point, that's going to contribute that
It's
stereotype.
perpetuating.
You know, I
No,
had a
yeah.
I had
Right.
a real life situation that so when I was 18, I was working in Houston with my uncle, and we were at I believe it was a Timmy Chan's, which it's like a staple to Houston. It's like a Asian restaurant,
Okay.
but they have like great
We'll have it
fried
here
chicken.
soon.
By the way, great fried
Grape?
chicken. Great.
What?
Great.
Oh.
Wherever in Houston, anybody from Houston will tell you it's a
Use
staple.
grape-
Timmy
use grape
Chan's.
seed
What's it
oil.
called?
Okay.
Timmy Chan's.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
we're there, and there was a dude. He's the same color as Keith. He walked up to my uncle and he started speaking Spanish, and I was like, "That makes sense because Houston is so integrated with blacks
Right.
and Mexicans." And afterwards, I told him, I was like, "That's crazy that black dude knew Spanish." He was like, "Black?" He was like, "He's Colombian."
Mhm.
So he's
They
like,
are
"Yeah,
dark."
I'll give him a chance, right?" So he comes to work with us, and the entire first day that he's there, he's telling my uncle, he's like, I'm not like American black. He's like, they're lazy. They live off their ladies. They live off food stamps. He's just dogging them the whole day, right? And my uncle was like, "Look, dude." He told him multiple times. She was like, "Look, dude. Like, I have nephews who are biracial. I have family members who are black, and I don't do that. Don't sit there and talk about it." And he was like, "Yeah, all they do is sag their pants, this, that, and the third." So my uncle ends up firing this dude, right? He's like, "Can't work with you, dude. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I got nephews who are biracial. I got family members who are biracial. We don't do that." And the dude comes to pick up his check, and when he comes to pick up his check, he's sagging. All right, he's wearing a jogger outfit, head to toe matching. He has on a snapback, tilted up. He has on Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses. And like, I'm telling you right now, if you seen this dude in the street and he didn't speak Spanish to you, you'd be like, "That's he's just a black guy."
Yeah.
And he told my uncle, he's like, "Man, it's messed up that you're doing this." He was like, "I'm gonna have to go back to selling drugs and living with my girl in Fifth Ward." And I was like, you are stereotypical.
Yeah,
right.
Like, what do you mean?
You matched every stereotype.
Right.
You were just dogging on him, but you match him. Like, what do you mean?
And you look
it was
black.
hilarious to me. It was. I thought, and it was big for me. I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't know I didn't know that black dude could speak. I mean, he had perfect Spanish.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Well, other races can speak Spanish, right?
But not like that. Like,
No, it was
it
like-
surprises the fuck out of you when
Like
you
there's
see a
white people
black
who speak
dude
Spanish,
Yeah.
and Chinese
that
people who speak
speak
Spanish.
fucking Spanish. You know what I mean? You're like,
there
what the
are,
fuck?
but like it does. It surprises you. You're like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like I said, I was like, well, dude, if you look like a duck and you swim like a duck, well, then I'm gonna call you a duck. You know what I mean? So, and he was like, no, he's Colombian. And this was also before like I knew what like an Afro Latino was. And so I'd only seen Mexicans and Puerto Rico, the Spanishes, but they were always just brown or white skinned.
Sure.
I'd never seen one dark, and I was like,
I didn't make it.
what the hell is like? What do you mean? He was like, yeah. He was like, Colombians, dude, they go from they range from, the same color as cocaine to the fucking purple. And I was like, that's
I never knew there was Mexicans until I moved here. I grew up with Puerto Ricans and blacks.
Puerto Ricans and Cubans.
Shit.
And
right.
And some other, South Americans
Dominican
every now and again.
Yeah, Dominican.
So a few
I got out
Haitians here and there.
I called this dude Puerto Rican, and this motherfucker got upset.
Oh, they get so mad.
Yeah.
I'm Mexican.
Mexicans and
I was
Puerto
like,
Ricans have that beef where they just get
I
so
don't even
mad.
know what the fuck what does that mean? Like, yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah, the first time I told somebody I was like, I'm black, Puerto Rican, and Mexican, he was like, so you're Puerto Rican. And I was like, no, I'm black, Puerto Rican, and Mexican. He was like, yeah, what do you think a Puerto Rican is? And I was like, I don't think it's that.
You start questioning your own life.
Right.
I was like,
Start going back.
He was like, you just might as well just tell everybody you're just full Puerto Rican. Because that's what a Puerto Rican is. It's a Mexican and a
Just
black
start
person.
hanging the little flag on your on your.
I did have
windshield.
the boxing gloves, the Puerto Rican flag on for the longest.
Oh, yeah.
And then I swapped it for one Puerto Rican, one Mexican. But they don't make 3-way boxing gloves, so I can't put the African flag. I don't know what country of origin I'm from.
My buckets usually don't have 3 hands, so yeah.
Legs, maybe.
Yeah.
They're
black.
Yeah, it was funny though. But I think stereotypes also, I think they're good. I do. I think they're good because it brings a point of unity with people. Because that one stereotype where it's like, we're all, all black people like fried chicken and all black people like watermelon.
You know what? You have something in common right away.
Yeah, you're around 10 other black kids and you guys are all like, yeah, that watermelon does kind of look good. And you're like, we are what they say we are.
Like if I just met Keith, like, Keith, you want to get lunch? Let's go to Popeyes.
Right. I'm in.
We already have something in common.
Man.
And I knew it without saying anything else to him.
Well, you see a
Corey just needs to go ahead and hit the spray tan place.
Right.
I should. But then I'll be orange.
Oh, I'm sure they got darker bronzing now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll get you there. Don't worry.
It came up since then.
Since
Trump.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Start
He's
losing
still
my hair.
there. Like, what do you mean since Trump?
No, I'm just saying he's just orange though. But
Yeah, he's fucked up.
I mean, shit, they got shots for everything else. You get all types
Right.
of surgeries and shit. Why can't we get you a surgery to turn black?
Okay. Let's do it.
Start off with light skin though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way, still get some
You
privileges.
gotta go
Right.
through, you gotta go through
So your credit's still at least here, and then
There's ups and downs to every skin tone as you go up and down.
See? Stereotypes are funny.
then your credit.
You gotta start like Drake Black. You can't go full
Yeah.
like Charlie Murphy.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
not off the bat.
You got to start.
Dude, I'm getting pulled over right away.
Right.
'cause
You don't
during
get pulled
that
over
journey,
your
you
first
gotta
day.
figure out, where
Yeah,
you
get some
fit in.
practice.
You know what I mean? You're gonna get treated differently depending on your skin tone. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
You know those paint swatches that have all the different tones of color?
Yeah. Let's start here. And
Yeah,
I
I'll
would
just
like
hold
to
it up
end
to my skin.
here.
Right.
No, right here, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
You start here.
like
Bronze.
you got to get used to the fact that white women are gonna clutch their purse.
Yeah.
When you're my skin tone. You also have to get used to the fact that they're not just gonna clutch their purse. They're gonna run and scream when you're Keith's color. So you have to.
Or
You can't
they're going to
just
come up to you
dive
in the club.
Or they're gonna come up to you in the club. They're always gonna.
It's a happy median.
Yeah.
It kind of evens out.
I mean,
It does
you
even out.
get some good stuff. And
I will
You
say
get
this.
some bad
I
stuff.
will
Yeah.
say this.
Yeah.
If you
Weekends
do
it's
want
good.
white women, you're more than likely going to want to go towards Keith's skin color because
Yeah,
they're more attracted to them than they are to my skin color.
Yeah. Well, because, that other stereotype that
I don't
comes
want to
with
say I'm
black
a woman
people.
and potentially have more women friends with experience, but it's entirely a personal preference. I don't know if you could necessarily say
I think it's a mathematical equation.
overall. I would say if you have a 6-pack and biceps, it don't really matter.
There we go.
I don't know.
Well, you guys can
You
do
can't
how
really
you
see a
want.
six pack or
here's-
biceps when they got clothes on.
Here's something
You
that
know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, Keith. Have you seen this plant here?
Realize what?
Is that a rubber plant?
this might be something you don't know about, but women are just as shallow as men.
Oh, absolutely. They're worse.
So
Oh,
Women
yeah,
are terrible.
Yeah, women
Yeah, because
are
at
terrible.
least-
I was gonna.
so
I'm glad
men-
somebody said it.
men
I'll
are
say it.
shallow about women. Women are shallow about men and other women.
Yeah.
So
We know that.
we don't
Yeah,
judge
you do.
each other. We'll talk shit about each other, but we don't actually feel
Yeah,
that
we're
way.
still friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
don't have many
We're gonna
friends.
point out your insecurity and flaws. That's the thing. Men get with other men, and they're like, all right, cool, we're cool.
Mhm.
Probably be friends for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
Where women are like, dude, she fucking had to cancel. I fucking hate that bitch.
Yeah. And yet you're still friends with her.
And the whole entire time that your friendship is lasting, you're just dogging on her.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, okay, thanks for coming to brunch. As soon as she walks out the door, did you see that bitch had two different colored socks on?
You believe that bitch wore white after Labor Day?
Right.
I don't know. I've heard that's a thing.
that is a
I don't
real-
get
that
it.
is-
I don't get it, though.
I don't
get
get
it.
it more.
I was
But that
gonna
was
say-
a thing
Yeah.
like back in the fucking 50s.
I wear nothing but white
The
t-shirts.
whole not
So
wearing
I'm
white
like,
after
damn,
Labor Day.
I got like 2.5 drawers worth of
they're
white t-shirts.
really talking about jeans with dudes, though.
I don't know where that came from, but
Have you ever had a white pair of jeans?
no.
No.
Have you?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know that.
Oh, for sure.
I've never been a painter.
That's
Have you noticed that painters always have
Oh,
white
yeah.
jeans?
Yeah. But I've never had a white pair of
Yeah.
jeans either, ever in my life. Never even seen a white pair.
I've owned one.
And I'm
It
like,
was very short-lived. I wore it one time.
Shepherd's pie.
I got
what are you
fucked up
talking
in
about?
them, and I couldn't. You can't. White jeans aren't like white t-shirts. You're not washing shit out of them.
Even white t-shirts. Like,
That's why I have so many.
you get a couple of them, and then you wear them a couple times, and
That's
then,
it.
yeah, then
My
they're
white
dingy.
t-shirts. My white t-shirts have tiers. You got ones that I don't wear to work.
Oh.
Those are damn near brand new. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I wear them 3-4 times, and then you're into that shirt. You're into that work pile, dog. Sorry, but
Yeah.
you just don't. You don't look presentable with a dingy white tee on.
No, you don't.
I wouldn't take nobody serious.
Especially like
I emailed the lady.
white Air Force Ones. Let's go there.
Oh, yeah. Huge culture. I'm a white Air Force One.
Me
wearer,
too.
So
Me
you
too.
know what I mean. I always got it.
Once they get to a certain
I
hue,
think it's
You
fast.
just can't rock them.
can't rock them.
Not unless you're going to work.
Right. Work, or to the grocery store or something. You're not
Yeah.
wearing them out.
No,
You
you
know what I mean?
can't.
Yeah.
You can't wear them out.
Yeah.
And
that's-
people don't
you know
understand
what's
that.
crazy is that white Air Forces have become such a social like identity.
Yeah.
Almost. It's very. Everybody knows the do's and don'ts with them, no matter the color
Yeah.
of the person. You know what I mean? White folks, black folks, Asian folks, they understand there's rules to them. You know.
I don't like white shoes.
No.
I can't stand them. I mean, I see enough white.
All white Air Forces. You get an all white pair. If you got
He's already complaining about his shoes. being
white Air Forces, you know
I
you
just
clean.
I don't clean them
clean?
enough.
You clean that day.
Oh yeah.
I
for
need to
sure.
clean them more often. But
My son, he's turning into a shoe freak
Oh no.
because every time he walks outside, he had to go pick up dog shit in the backyard, and he wore sandals, just like some cheap slip-ons, right? He's out front, and I just hear him like, "Son of a gun." He didn't say gun.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
and he comes back in. Hey, we have dish soap and a brush. I'm like, what are you doing out there, dude? He goes, I'm cleaning my shoes off, and they're just cheap ass sandals. I'm like, oh, okay, go for it, man. Thanks for not walking in my house with those, but
So those Jordans that came out on Saturday, you guys know
The
about that?
fives?
These motherfuckers was shooting.
Yeah, they
Jumping
went crazy
motherfuckers.
Really?
on them. 'Cause they
Guess who got
pull up a
some?
picture.
Guess who got some?
Oh yeah,
oh,
what were they? The metallic fives, right?
Yeah.
Greg, pull up a picture.
Yo, it
What
was
is it
so
called?
Metallic fives.
metallic fives. Yo, so I know I got a dude that works at the mall. If y'all want some shoes, hit me up. And
I do need to.
I just need to call this fool, and he'll hold any shoe I want. So I call him. Hey, can you get them fives for me? He's like, I don't know, man. Like, everybody wants this shoe. I say, so you can't? He's like, I got you. I said, cool. I was like, I want my shoes early so I can, maybe rock them for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna get a fit. Blah blah blah. I get to the mall. 300 motherfuckers.
Oh,
Not regular. Hard R.
oh wait, I can say it now.
Hard R out there. And I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not going in there getting my shoes and then
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not walking out.
And then going to the parking lot with these shoes.
Oh yeah,
To the parking lot.
you're dead, bro.
So I go in there. I'm looking at the
Never
line.
been contemplated a problem like that.
I was like,
You're not in the
And
shoe
I'm a
world.
lady.
You're not in the shoe game though.
Have you-
go in there, give him the money. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll go get your shoes. No. Hold them till close.
Yeah, I double back. I'll go through the employee entrance.
He was like, what? I said, no, I'll pay for them now, just so I get them. I'll come back 8:30, 8:45, and then get them. He's like, you sure? Yeah. Just don't sell my. Oh, I got you. Yeah, okay. These motherfuckers was looking at me crazy. Yeah, and the young motherfuckers is the worst ones. So I'm already scared because some of these motherfuckers looking scary.
Charged up.
Yeah.
They be
I'm getting these motherfuckers today, dog.
Yeah,
And I'm in the line. I'm like, what? Okay, you're not getting mine, but
Tax-paying citizen.
yeah, dog. Like,
Yeah, you already. It's crazy.
Pull
yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Let me see it. No.
No, I didn't pull it up.
He lied to you, is what he did.
He's over there
Straight to your face.
playing video games, playing Roblox.
I am.
I don't know.
There's only
$292.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not what I
Oh,
paid.
sorry, 266.
That's not what I paid.
What?
But they
look nice?
offer
Hold on, it says buy new 266, buy used 320.
Different eras.
But guess what? Motherfuckers would offer. I wore them on Super Bowl Sunday to this party, and there was a dude in there, and this motherfucker said, "Hey, I'll give you $500 right now for them." I said, "Nah, I'm cool." $600. I said, "Nah, I'm cool." How much you want for them, dog?
Shit.
Name the price. I said, "Do you know what I went through to get these motherfuckers?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
The
I'm
oppression
cool.
I felt.
I
Yeah,
don't know
like
if I necessarily like these.
motherfuckers
Yeah,
are hard. And all the outlines of them are 3M. So when, like, if you're in the street,
That light hit him right. Bling
bling bling, the
That's
whole
reflective,
tongue,
huh?
Chain
yeah,
skateboard P.
the whole tongue, and all the outline of
No.
them.
Not bad.
It's
That's what you got.
fine.
There's two Jordans that
I
do
wear
wanna
it,
get.
but I wouldn't be buying.
I wanna
paying a
get-
lot of
Guess how
money
much
for
I
it.
paid for
$60.
them? 210.
210.
210.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Scratch that. There's
I'm not
3
paying
pairs of
200 bucks
Jordans
for
that
shoes.
I've always wanted to get. I want to get another pair of military force.
Okay.
You know,
Well, I got my daughter them, and I was mad because I couldn't get my size, but yeah.
They're cold. They're cold. I want to get
Right.
the wool 12s.
Okay. All
I
right.
always like the way that
They're coming out flu games next
Flu games are cold
next
too.
week. They're coming out
Flu,
now.
flu games are cold
I'm getting
too.
them. I told them hold me a pair.
And then
I'll
the
get them at
Tokyo
night.
Night, which I think are 5s.
Yeah.
They're the yellow ones. Cold. I've always wanted them, but
Cement 4s are coming out in March, I think, and I'm getting a pair of them too. Those are the
cement 4s are cold.
Dude, this shit's wild. Wild. I don't get it.
I'm a whole.
I've
shoe
never waited
junkie.
in line for anything.
Yeah, I used
You
to.
know, on
back
like
in-
new releases and shit.
Back
you
in
know?
the day, I used to just wait in that line. Like
I waited in
line.
line for
For a
a
video game.
movie
Okay.
Like never even Black Friday.
back in the day.
Once I did.
That was it.
And then I'm like, fuck this. Nobody's getting gifts this year.
I'm done with it.
I waited in line for shoes and PlayStations back in the day. Like
I
I used
didn't
to,
wait in line for shit.
I used to wait in line for PlayStations. Well, you live in Pueblo when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah,
Because you
it's
know what?
different.
You know,
Yeah.
I used to drive all the way to Pueblo because motherfuckers wasn't like really geeking over the shoes.
You're waiting in line
like
for maracas.
So I drive down
Maracas
there
and green
in
chili.
Pueblo Mall. They have my size and there was no problems. Citadel or it used to be Aurora Mall. That's where the thugs was
I
at.
was gonna
fool.
say Aurora Mall
The
get
thugs was
active.
at. Yeah.
Active.
So you used to get out of the car like,
yeah,
and then
and
get
that's
out.
what the Citadel is now.
Oh yeah.
The Citadel, man.
Citadel is. And I had my strap on me too, but I was still scared because there was so many of them. Fool, like
You
I
don't
was
know
like,
which one came to which. and-
Yeah.
they all
And-
want the same thing.
it's so I don't even look at their face. I'm looking at their feet. Okay, he might jack me because he wear 11. He might wear 11 and a half, but he'll probably squeeze his shit into him. Like you're looking at their feet.
That dude got a size 13, but he got black forces on, so he definitely about to. get
Yeah,
busy.
like you start looking at their feet to know who might try you. You know what I mean? Like it's wild. It's wild. So
That's
I was
why
like,
I
I'll
just
come
stick
back and get my shit later on.
That's why I just stick to all white forces. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
black.
even then, with the popularity of rap culture nowadays, sometimes I'll go in there and I'll be like, I need my size, I need 9.5. They'll be like, nope.
9.5
Got
is
'em.
popular.
Yeah, they're so popular. I'm like, dude, what do you mean?
The
You go
11
to
is
like 4
popular
or 5
too.
shoe stores in the mall, and they're all like, nope, they're already sold out. And you're
Yeah.
like, damn, dude, I gotta order them.
9.5, 11, and 12s is the most popular sizes, I think.
Yep. It's crazy how popular they are.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, dude, ain't no way in hell everybody got the same size shoe as me.
Well, you have to think too. So,
That's
how
what
many
it's
people
like
you
with
think in
their pants,
America?
too.
How many people you think?
I
think they only-
400. And,
They only
it's
put
near
out.
400 million.
I think they only put out
In
like.
America?
in America.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
they only.
near 400 million.
They only
Okay,
put
yeah.
out 50,000 of them. So
Yeah, because they want them to be valuable.
right.
Yeah, that's the whole point, right?
So if you-
It's manufactured scarcity.
right. So if you're one of the motherfuckers in America that got one of the pairs of 50,000, you know what I mean? You got to think.
Yeah.
I went to there's a store on South Circle called Suits Avenue.
Hmm?
So they sell knockoff of the Jordans and shit. They sell knockoff fucking Pumas. They sell anything knockoff. They don't give a damn. But I went there, and they were pretty convincing, especially at night. There was the prom night 11s, I think.
Yeah.
Those retail. Those are like $400 shoes. I paid obviously considerably less considering they were knockoff, and I wore them, and one of the dudes, it was nighttime. We were out hanging out. He was like, "Damn!" He was like, "How'd you get those?" He was like, "I'll give you 3 for them right now." And I was like, "Let me show you this Jordan symbol." And Jordan over there,
you should have been like,
He ain't really jumping. Yeah, cramp. He holding him, man.
Jordan got all ass cheeks. They done, rounded out his ass. He like, oh shit. He's like, dude, those are still convincing now. And then I pulled them off, and I was like, real Jordans, they're really nice, well made.
Right.
I was like this, and just folded them. He was like,
But you can go on the internet, and they're called replicas.
Yeah, the replicas.
And you really can't, unless you're a shoe freak, you won't be able to
smacking
tell.
on the bottom of the shoe. No, it sounds like a watermelon.
You won't. You won't be able to tell
sound like
a replica from a real one. You won't
That's
be
a
able
real
to tell.
thing.
Yeah,
I get videos on that.
I can't bring myself to get those. I just can't. Like.
That's why I'm glad. That's why I just stick to Air Forces. I stick to my white Air Forces because one, it's 100 to 110 depending on where you go.
Sure.
And it's solid. You know what I mean? You don't need to get replicas for them because they're easily affordable.
Yeah.
They look good. They
you
feel
wear them with
good.
anything.
You can wear them with anything. You can wear them to a wedding, a funeral. You can wear them to a first date, a last date.
Wear them anything.
You're at the funeral putting your foot up on the casket.
Yeah.
Check this shit out.
And everybody,
I know you love the forces, dog.
Hey, and everybody gonna be okay with it because you got on the all white bricks.
Right.
Like,
Usually the black ones, that means you're either a murderer,
a gang member,
right, or a drug dealer.
Yeah.
The black ones are for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I bought a pair?
It's good to know.
Yeah, I'd be looking at you in a different light.
Right. If you get them, I'm telling you, people look at you different.
Yeah.
Like if you wear them black ones, they're like, oh, he a thug.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
What should I buy?
That's all I gotta do. That's all I gotta do.
It's funny because the women, some of the
If you
Air
wear black
Forces are like Jordan. Sometimes they'll only release in women's, and some of them women will be cold. Like
Oh,
I seen one, and I was like, I gotta cop that, and I went and clicked on it, and I was like women's, and I was like, fuck, what am I? I'm a 9.5. I'm like a 10.
Right, you're trying to do the math in your head.
Yeah. I need a 15.
And then it's funny because you're not the only person who thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
All the men equivalent sizes in women's are always sold out.
Dude, me and the family went to DSW weeks ago, right? And I was looking around. I was like, I don't like this. I didn't see shit. But then I was just following.
What is DSW? What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's a shoe store.
No, I know what it is. Yeah.
Women.
Dick sucking women.
Dick sucking.
Well, no.
Yeah, they sell shoes.
But they be having some shit in there.
DSWs.
They be having some shit in there sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
That?
Up north by Best Buy on Academy and Briargate.
DSW. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
But anyways, we're walking around and I was just following my old lady around and I'm like, dude, those are nice. Looking at the women's shoes, I'm like, those are nice. And I was looking at all the boxes and like, they don't make them for me.
They're not for my size.
You know who else be having some shit on the low? Marshalls be having some shit. Like if you catch them on, I guess delivery day or whatever that day is, they get all their new shit in. Like you might go in there, and they be having Jordans and shit in there sometimes. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, you these are $49.99, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I got my kids.
I see y'all got 8 pairs. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab all 8 of them.
And my kids are not like me. Like, if it doesn't have the box or if the box is missing the top, I won't get them. My kids don't give a fuck. They throw the box away. So I go there sometimes and then they'll have their shoe.
As soon as they get home, there's...
Yep, they throw them away because they don't have the room. Like, they just, because their mom would be tripping or whatever. And they just throw the box away anyway, so they don't give a fuck. Or it'll have the little plastic thing holding them together.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. So I'll find a pair that they wanted, and I'll take them to them, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, thank you." Like I was at Marshall's, nigga.
You know who else be having some heat sometimes?
Greg's never gone shopping.
Is go onto a military base.
Oh yeah. PX.
Not only do they have releases that aren't out here, but they'll get releases the same thing. You go in there and
And you
go
got a
from
discount.
a crowd of 300. Yeah, you go from a crowd of 300 to a crowd of 25.
And they're all old, retired.
Military. Dude, or even the young dudes, and they're all like, well, shit. They said they got 50 pairs. There's only 25 of us. You go first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After you, sir.
I used to have a hookup on there, but not no more. You didn't move, so now I don't got that hookup. But now I
My
got
grandma works on Peterson, so I've been meaning to tell her, like, hey, I gotta go check out some shoes, because they do be having some heat up in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They be having some heat.
And even the outlets sometimes be having heat, too.
The outlets, but their prices to me, sometimes I'll be like, motherfucker, why am I coming to the outlet if I'm paying the same price that
But
I would?
if you trying to get a shoe and you trying to get it, it is what
true.
it is. Like, if you was going, you was already planning on spending $220, and now you spending $215.
That was like,
I'll spend $215 and then get me a burger on the way home. You know
McDonald's.
what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Like, I was planning on buying these motherfuckers, but I couldn't get them, so now they got them. Because when y'all had y'all's thing, Silverthorne, I had went there before, and that motherfucking Nike store was fire. I think I spent like $600 in there one day getting crazy shit. Because Silverthorne, there ain't no black folks up there.
They don't give a fuck about them shit.
They don't even know. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. So they had some heat in there, and I was like, oh, they got these? They got these?
I really only came in for these, but
I didn't come for nothing. We were passing through. And I was like, they got an outlet? Oh, they got a Nike outlet? Let's go in there and check it out. And they had some, I was like.
That's why I try and limit going to the gun store, because I do that stupid shit too.
Yeah.
I went into the gun store a few weeks ago to buy range ammo for my 9, because I needed some more. I was running low, and I was like, I think I was down to like
Range ammo is
under
club
200
ammo
rounds.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It still fires, doesn't it?
It's still nice.
Right, it's club ammo too.
And it's cheap, so I was like, all right, cool. I went in there for that, and I ended up walking out of there with a new hunting rifle. And I was like sitting there, I was like, I got bamboozled. They were like, yeah, that's why
You asked for it, dude.
you specifically chose that one gun and they had us pull it out for you. I was like, damn. So I kind of did want to go in there. I'm a big FN fan, so I kind of wanted to see if they had any used FNs, because
You know where to go? That one right there. You know where Bubba's is at?
yeah.
It's right.
Big R.
Mm-mm.
No, they what is
and that little strip.
Yeah, the
When
little
they've got the
strip.
fucking big
Yeah.
grenade outside, out front, or whatever.
I think that's Spartan.
Springs Armory.
Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
that's
I think
what it is,
that's what it's
Springs
called.
Armory.
Okay, yeah, because I was told
Heat.
to go to another one.
Heat. For Lolo too. That's where I got my that's where I got my concealed carry at. Every place else was like $5 something. It was like $320 in there. Brand new. The color I wanted and all
I
that.
had bought a gun from Dragon Man's one time, and I thought I caught a hell of a deal, right? I walked out of there with an AR and a pistol, and I was like, yeah, I got a hell of a deal. I had to go buy ammo for my pistol, and when I walked into the specialty sports over there off of Fountain and
Hood shit, yeah.
Yeah. I went in there, and it was like $200 cheaper, and I was like,
He kind of low key
man,
robs
dude,
you, but he be having some shit that they ain't got around here. Like,
he be having some shit, but yeah, he was like, I was like, damn, I was like, I shouldn't have bought it here. I should have went here instead.
that's why you always look around, like, and there'd be some little Lolo, or you could just, like, I've gotten into like trying to build my shit myself. Like,
That's
'cause
what
you
I
can get the
wanna do.
lower, the
Yeah,
upper,
yeah, I wanna-
and then
I wanna
whatever
get
you
into
want.
it.
Dan did that.
And it's cheaper. It
Is super.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
super
way
cheap.
cheaper.
But you know the problem? I don't know how to put the motherfucker together.
You fuck around and fire for the first time.
And shit blow up in my fucking face. You know what I mean? Like, and they be like, oh, what kind of firing pin you got? What's that? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. My shit be like, click, click. You ain't got no firing pin, dog. Like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Cock back and blow.
Like, it looked like it fire. It looked like a gun. If I pull it up like this, niggas run. I don't even need a fire. I didn't even know I didn't have a firing pin. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the only problem. I don't really know how to. I know about the lower, the upper, and some other shit, but there's shit inside that you need to have, and I don't be knowing.
No, you're
What
like,
shit
what's your rack and
mesh?
pinion? You're like,
Yeah, and I don't know what
rack
shit
and
match,
pinion.
what shit
I got
don't go
Mercedes.
together. Yeah, yeah, that shit fucked up. So,
And I didn't even make that.
right. So,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot that goes into it, and but it is cheaper. And not only that, when you build it, essentially a lot of the times, from what I've been told by people who build them, is they're like, it's just better quality,
yeah,
dude. Because I mean, I bought
you
my
get it the way
AR,
you want.
I bought my AR cheap too, but I ran through 100 rounds and that motherfucker stopped firing. I was getting failure to ejects, failure to fires,
Right.
failure to cycles, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was like, see, you just built it, and I was like, you know, shut the fuck up. I was dumb because when I bought it, I didn't buy it with a scope or a dot or a sight on it at all.
Right.
And I brought it up to Old Stage, and I had bought tannerite. And tannerite is an explosive. So I shook all this shit together, and I put it up to a tree, and I was like, we finna blow this, right? And I stood about 50 feet back, and I was like, bam! And I was like, fuck, I missed. I was like, all right, well, I walked closer, and I was like, bam! And I was like, fuck. I was like, so I kept walking closer.
Hit some guy on the right.
Dude, I was like,
right here, I did.
I was like 10 feet from a pound of tannerite. And when I finally hit it, I was like, dude, I should have died.
Yeah.
It like blew up. I was like,
your shit sighted in.
Yeah, I had no sights for it.
Right.
I learned my lessons since then.
You know who's the big gun dude?
Who?
The one you went and apologized to. I'm gonna say his name. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, dude. He got some shit.
It's a couple dudes in there who I'm like, dude, you gotta fuck. What are you fucking waiting for World War III to pass
Yeah.
off?
Some shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, how do you even like
Senior.
first of all,
Bang Senior.
yes.
Yeah.
He's the
Oh
one
my
who told
god,
me today.
dude. He's a nut.
I was telling him because I want to get a 5.7. I want to get an FN 5.7. Now retail, they're like $1,200 to $1,500 guns. He was telling me that they had a used one at this store. He was like, you just got to go in there. He's like, they got it with the sight already. He was like, and I think the barrel's threaded too. He was like, and they want $800 for it. And I was like, he's like, and they let you do layaway. And I was like,
Where is this
So-
store at?
I think he called it. Said it was Spartan Defense. It's over there off of Barnes.
Oh yeah. I know what
So
you're
I'm
talking
gonna
about.
pop in there. I'm gonna pop in there when I get some free time and see if they got it. Even if they don't, I might pull the trigger on it.
Sounds like they have good deals. So
Yeah.
Because I met this dude at the bar one night, and I don't even know how I met him. He was just a
Drinking.
random ass. Yeah, but he
Weird.
was just a random ass.
you meet people when you drink.
Yeah.
Much nicer.
He was like, I got
Yeah.
this website called Black Something's Community, blah, blah, blah. I started talking to him and shit. And I started talking to him about guns and shit. And he seemed like he knew his shit. So I was like, let me, I'll hit you up on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. And he had he's got like a gang of followers. And I was like, yeah. So I started talking to him about it. And, he came through, hooked me up with some shit and was like, hey, order from this website right here. This website's the cheapest. Get this from here, get this from here, get this from here, get this from here. And when you get it, I'll put it together for you. What? You need this. He was giving me a list. You want what? What do you want?
I got you.
And I was like, that's crazy that this motherfucker even knows all that shit. Like, he knew it. And I was
Well,
like,
when you meet somebody who's passionate about something, they'll tell you
Yeah.
anything and everything.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel more comfortable. I'm uncomfortable around the people who are like super knowledgeable on firearms because they make me feel stupid. I'm also equally as uncomfortable about like people don't fucking swing your shit in the air around me on New Year's Eve. I don't want to fucking be around
Or,
you. I like people like me who like they know
or
good brands and stuff, but they
You gotta have those friends.
you get a gun,
Shit,
and
though.
you give them your gun, and then they be like,
right.
I don't like
What
that.
you do?
Yeah.
Don't point that motherfucker at me. It's not loaded. I don't give a fuck if it's loaded or not. You don't even know if it's loaded.
Right.
You just grabbed it from me.
Yeah, and then you just like that. I don't like that shit. Don't
Yeah.
point that motherfucker at me. It's your gun. Yeah, I don't want to get killed with my own shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stupid
You know
ass
what I
go
mean?
look
Like-
in the funeral.
So you're getting run over by your own car.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah, I
motherfuckers
hate
that,
that shit, too.
that don't
They'll be
know
like,
how to
and then
handle a
they
gun.
use dumb excuses like, well, I just watched you empty it out. I don't give a fuck what you just did. You don't
Right.
know, you know what I'm saying? Use proper protocol, bro.
Right. I don't like that shit neither. And you can tell who the dummies are as soon as you grab.
You like, dude, how you ain't shoot yourself?
Yeah. Your boy, the one that quit is a cop now. He a dumb. He a dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about too.
Oh,
He
yeah.
a straight dumb. Because I let him hold my shit one time and he was like, all up in my shit. Now, hey,
Hold
motherfucker.
the fuck up.
Hey, man, like, what is you doing? Like, what, are you scared? Yeah. Because I don't know how you handle guns.
Right.
Like, I'm scared of, I don't know. I might have left one in there. I don't know.
I
Like,
don't have an arsenal, but I got a nice, good collection. I got a shotgun. I got a rifle.
I want one.
I got
shotgun.
two rifles actually.
Fun.
You got a shotgun?
Oh yeah.
And then I have a
What you
couple
got?
of pistols.
It's a ATI tactical.
Mm.
Oh, so you got the 18-inch barrel. I got the 28-inch
I got a
barrel.
tactical one.
My shit damn near as tall as
It has
me.
a fucking pistol grip on it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
I
fun.
already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I got a
That's a
turkey
popular
hunting
one.
shotgun. when I bought it, I told
Shotgun
him I wanted the 28.
blowing your whole face off, dog. That's why I want
You don't
one.
need to aim. You blow that motherfucker backwards. Everybody in the room better duck.
That's why people love him for. That's why people love him for home defense. Because when you're in the middle of the night, you just woke up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to aim.
disoriented.
Yeah, just like that.
You either blow the
like that dude with no legs.
Yeah.
Definitely the funnest.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shotgun? You think it's fun to shoot?
It's fun.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
great.
fun, but I don't think it's...
I love ARs
Feels
though.
so
ARs
too.
are so
Me
fun.
too.
Just like that dude, the fucking Olympic guy, the runner
Oh, yeah.
who fucking killed his
His
girlfriend. In the
He did that
bathroom.
shit on purpose.
Yeah, you did. Whenever you kill your spouse, girlfriend, whatever, it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you play it off, but it's on purpose.
Yeah.
To be a widower.
Gotta go.
Just know
What?
it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it does happen.
I mean,
I'll be dead, so
Yeah,
It
he
won't
won't care.
while it's happening.
it won't concern me.
While it's happening.
Oops. Look,
What are you shooting?
AR.
Nice looking one. Whose is that?
Mine.
Oh.
I was trying to sight it in. Nothing. Dirt. Hey, dirt. Look. Look. No target. I hit all dirt. Listen to what I say. Nah, I want.
That sounds like an excuse.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't hitting nothing. I thought I was doing something too. Like, I seen the dirt like this. That's why I was like, yep. I gotta sight this motherfucker in, dog. Like, look.
Would have been great if you're like, this thing's broken.
Jacket mask?
Yep.
It's hard to judge.
Nah, I was hitting number dirt. They was like, "Are you gonna hit the target?" I'm trying, motherfucker.
I was aiming.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? There's this video clip of this guy who's training for like UFC fighting. And he's here on the ground and the guy's on top of him. And the guy's like, they're sparring, you know? So the guy's hitting him, but not like super hard. The coach is up here. He's like, you got to stand up. And he's still getting hit. He's like, you got to get up. He's still getting hit. You got to get up. And the guy on the ground goes, hold on a second. I'm trying.
I'm just letting it out.
Yeah, you think I just want to stay here and get hit in the face? Like, that's what you think?
Which also that reminds me about earlier when you were talking about that concealed carry.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went for my class, which was 5 years ago now, the reason why I went to that class because I did want to get my concealed carry permit. The reason why I ended up not going and doing it was because the dude, the way he explained it was, he was like, you're available to be in so many situations where you don't need a permit and you can concealed carry. So like that's any private means of transportation, which includes.
That's all changing now.
Which is weird now, but back then it was right. So like, back then I didn't care. 'Cause it was cool. He was like any private.
Your car is
domicile,
extension of your home.
Yeah, he was like any
That's
private
changing.
domicile.
It is changing. Yes.
And he said one other thing, and I was like, so pretty much, unless I'm walking down the street, like I could, you know, and I was like, why do I need my? I was a 21-year-old. I didn't have no damn money. I was like, I'm not paying $250. And then it's a ticket, you know. If they choose it, it's only enforceable up to like $200.
Yeah.
You know, for your, and it's like, dude, you can get pulled over and get that ticket like 8 times. And
As soon as you get pulled over, I used to just pull my shit out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not riding around. I used to not ride around with it out. But as soon as, if I get pulled over, just put it on the seat. Or, you know, put it over there.
You're
Because
supposed
now,
to make it visible.
yeah, now it's not concealed. You know what I mean?
which I never.
We
I
can
was.
just get
I was.
around it.
I always kept mine in the middle console, and then if they were like, "Hey, we're searching the car," I'd be like, "Well, cool. Middle console, my gun."
Well, first
is
But if
loaded."
you don't have
First
a
of all, you
concealed,
say no.
yeah, but if you don't have a concealed
I don't
and
know.
you
When
say
you
it's in the
might-
middle
when you
console,
and kids
you're getting
cuz-
Let's
charged.
get a
Yeah.
bag. Let's get a bag of weed or something on the dashboard.
Yeah, but
You say no.
Yeah, well, I always say no. I don't give a fuck if I'm not doing nothing.
You're supposed to say no.
Yeah,
That's the
I
point.
just say no.
You always say
I
no.
always say no.
Because then
Yeah,
when they inevitably plant some shit in you on your fucking car,
Right.
then you're like, well, they did an illegal.
I've been on
you could search.
I've been on a bike with it out, like open carry. My shirt flies over it, because your shirt's
Right. It's flapping in the wind.
I got to the light. My shirt must have covered it. I start going. I get pulled over. I'm like, I wasn't even speeding. Hey, license, registration, and do you have a concealed carry? I was like, first of all, I'm not carrying a concealed. I got it out in the open. Oh no, your shirt went over it.
Mm-hmm. You can get that. Go ahead.
Okay, guess what?
Good.
I do have a concealed. Because I had a concealed, but I just felt like having it out that day. So if I wouldn't have had it concealed that day, I would have got a ticket or whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
For some bullshit, just because my shirt flew over.
And when it's weird because it's a lot of the laws pertain to a lot of things are black and white. When it comes to firearms, it's a very gray area.
Yeah.
Because there's things that are like, well, this is in play, this is in play, and I know one thing is it says it is an attempt to conceal. So you have to physically try and conceal it yourself.
Right.
That would be an area where you can take that shit to court and get that thrown out quick.
Yeah.
Another it was a case actually here in Denver where a dude took, I think, shrooms and he tried to rob somebody. And that person pulled the gun out. He got a hold of the gun after this person pulled it out on him, shot and killed him, and then got off on self-defense.
On shrooms?
Yeah. But the reason why, right? Because once you pull out your firearm, you are no longer considered the victim.
Yeah.
Right.
So if someone attacks me and I pull out my firearm, I am no longer considered the victim. I'm considered the aggressor.
Right.
And I need to prove that I was acting in self-defense.
Right.
If they get a hold of my firearm and then shoot me, they just went from the aggressor to the victim and acted in self-defense.
Right.
So he got off on it.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you always kill them.
Yep.
It's not that nobody can testify.
Right.
Exactly.
So you shoot a motherfucker.
And why was he trying to rob him? I wasn't trying to rob him. He had a roll of toilet paper stuck to his shoe.
Yeah.
Really kill him.
Toilet paper's
I mean,
expensive.
it sounds bad to say, but
At the end of the day, though,
It's terrible,
if you're trying to take my life,
Somebody breaks
you know
in
what
your
I mean? It's
house,
an eye for an
you gotta
eye.
kill him.
you gotta kill him. And if they try to run, drag him back in.
that's why Florida. That's why Florida's so cool. Because there was a case.
How
I
to
think
get
it was in
additional felonies.
Yeah.
tempered, whatever it is.
Drag him back in,
There was a
dog.
case where a woman shot a peeping Tom in the face from outside of her home.
Mm.
The sheriff office showed up and was like, "Well, this dude was obviously peeping, so fuck him. You're good, lady. We're not even going to charge you." She got off on it. There was also a case of this is why I don't like carrying range rounds in my everyday, because there was a dude who did have, I believe, range rounds, and this is in Ohio. He shot a dude. It went through the dude and he ended up getting charged because that bullet went
through
into
another house.
Yeah, it went into a
Yeah.
house.
Mhm.
He got charged for that. He didn't get charged for killing the dude, right? But he got charged for that,
Right.
which is I don't remember what that fucking charge
Reckless.
is. Reckless,
something.
yeah. Something with the fire. Reckless something of a firearm.
Reckless endangerment, probably.
Yeah. So he ended up still getting charged for something, but it's like, damn. There's so many. It's so gray. It's not black and white.
Whenever a gun is involved, there's so many different things you can get charged on, and so many different things you can get, like you said, the gray area, right?
Yeah.
So they can go back and forth on it. It's like, yeah, we can charge him for this, but
Yeah.
you know what? He was doing this.
Yeah,
Right.
because technically
You know?
this came into play.
Yeah.
Which is also, it's really weird because, they have all these firearm insurances.
I always tell you to get that shit, though.
They always tell you to get it. There's a big one. I want to say it's US
Firearm insurance?
Yeah, because if you kill somebody, you're going to need a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to need a lawyer.
Yeah. But there's a lot of them have clauses that if it wasn't done a certain correct pattern, or if this comes up in court, or if this comes up in court, they're pulling that insurance policy.
Right.
And now you're fighting that on your own. Because let's say I acted in self-defense. You broke in my house. I shot and killed you. No lawyer, no firearm insurance, nothing like that. I'm battling that case for a minimum of a year.
Yeah.
Minimum.
By
right?
yourself.
By yourself. Yep.
Money.
Regardless of if it's blatantly self-defense.
Yeah.
I have to battle that charge out. and it's
so you're probably losing
long.
your job and all that type shit.
Which I always wondered if our job would be cool enough to be like, well, it came out
I think
that
our
it was
job would be
self-defense.
different.
It came out that he acted in self-defense. Come back. You know, I always wondered if they'd be cool like that.
They won't.
Now, who
I
sits
think they
up
would.
higher?
Yeah,
I was,
yeah.
I was gonna say, you know, I know who
you're
sits
right.
up higher, so we probably.
I'll be
won't get
subtle
that
about it.
done.
Yeah.
You know, but I've always wondered that because it was like, damn, like.
Well, you know why it came up? Because it was my old boss. Y'all know who it is. Got into it with this dude, and I missed it. It was it was a dude who had the same car as me. You were still out there, I think. The same car as me, and he got into it with him, and the dude threatened him, right? And then he went and asked what would have happened if this cracked off. And it was like, oh, you can defend yourself.
Oh, I remember that shit.
And I missed it.
I remember that talk.
Yeah, and I was like,
no. So I'll tell you off camera.
I think you're lying.
Yeah, I'll tell you off camera about the talk.
All right, yeah.
So,
but yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's great as fuck.
And for me, right, because like, you guys got to think, in relevance to how old I am, I've only been walking a very straight, narrow path for a quarter, you know, for the last 5 or 6 years, since my son was born. You know, I was like, before that, I was like a completely different person.
Kids change it.
They do.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm walking this straight, narrow path. Well, unfortunately, not everybody from, you know, how I used to live respects that decision. And they don't have as much to lose, right? Not everybody has the same amount to lose. I got a lot to lose. I'm trying to do a lot of good things in my life. I have a lot of goals set that I'm working towards. Not everybody has that same amount of shit to lose. So I'm like constantly paranoid that like, damn, do I really gotta, you know, I might have to, there may become a day, you know, where I have to defend myself and I'm sitting there fighting, you know, taking it to the box because somebody who didn't have anything to lose chose to push me to act in self-defense.
I don't give a fuck. For real. You have to think of it like this too. Like you're worried about that, but if you kill somebody, at least I can talk to my kids through the glass. You know what I mean? Like at least I'm not gonna die. I'm not finna die. You're not gonna just kill me. You're gonna have to work at that. At least I can talk to my kids through that glass. You know what I mean? At prison, you're not gonna kill me. You're just not. I'm not gonna let myself get killed. I'm going out.
I am cocky like that too. Like even when, because I've been shot and I was like, everybody was worried and I was like, I told y'all, I'm fucking Superman. I'm not. I ain't gonna die.
You motherfucker got shot in the foot, dog.
He got grazed.
One shot hit, right? But it was like, in reality, there was like, I believe the police counted off like 13 bullet holes that went through that face.
Somebody was a horrible shot.
Yeah.
Horrible.
He didn't got a dog. He didn't got a.
They must have been at the range with you.
It was with me. It might have been me that shot at you.
Maybe that's why my signature is the way it is, because it kind of reminds me of my signature. It went up and then down because I went in between cars. So they were trying to. I don't fucking know. Maybe it ain't fucking basketball. You can't skip, bounce, a fucking pass. Yeah, they were trying to skip it to where it went underneath the cars, and like I don't fucking know what they were doing, but yeah, it definitely was. It was like eye opening too. I was like, damn. But at that moment, I didn't have a son. I didn't have shit. I was like, dog, I'm gonna be so goated. This is dope.
Yeah.
This is awesome. You know what I mean? Now I have a son, and I'm like, damn, I'd never want to be put in that situation. You know. Again.
Oh, that shit be crazy. Like I've been shot at a couple times too, and this shit just be crazy. Like you just adrenaline take over or whatever.
Really,
whatever. Like
adrenaline takes over.
Like either you're gonna run or you're gonna shoot back. You're not doing both. You're never doing both. You're either gonna run or you're just shooting back immediately. You're never doing both. You don't run and then turn around. Why am I running? And you don't do that.
Gun.
No, you don't do that.
No, yeah, it's a fight or flight.
Yeah.
That really kicks in, you know.
And most motherfuckers can't aim. So if they hit you, they're hitting you on accident.
Yeah.
Because thugs don't go to the range.
At all.
They don't go to the range.
They don't.
Like they don't. They shooting.
The only trigger time they get is when they shooting actively at somebody.
Right. That's it.
It's like, dude, you don't even know how to fuck that gun.
You don't even know how to hold it.
Right.
Yeah, why is it sideways?
Yeah, they got it sideways.
Side loose.
Yeah.
It's over there kicking up way too high.
Yeah,
Like
they
a
don't know what
screws
they
are popping
doing.
out of it. Like,
It ain't
I
even
know.
coming back down level.
When's the
before
last
I
time you
fire
cleaned
again.
that? And they're like, cleaned it. I ain't cleaned that motherfucker. Like, they don't know. Like, so.
I was on FaceTime the other day and someone said that to me. They were like, I was like, damn, I gotta grease my shit. It's been a couple weeks. So I was like, so I'm sitting there and I'm cleaning it out. I took it apart, started greasing all my parts, and they were like, "You grease your gun?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
you had to, fool.
I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" Yeah, you supposed to grease
You have
it.
to.
Gotta keep it greased.
But you know what else fucks your shit up? So, if you're shooting your shit at the range and the shit jam up, what causes that?
Not carbon.
That too, though.
All that, yeah, carbon, but it's fuck.
They say that if you have your clips always loaded, fully loaded, that fucks up the spring. So never leave your clips loaded.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
My shit stay
me
full
too.
Yeah.
with one in the
But
head.
that's why your shit jam.
Yeah, with one in the head.
And then-
which, you know what? That's funny because one of the guns that I own, one of the handguns that I own,
Hold on.
I was doing that.
Is it what's the motherfucker that sell a big arm? What's the name of that motherfuckers?
It ain't a high point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say high points
handgun.
always jam.
Yeah,
Bro. Always
I
jam.
cannot stand it when someone tries to stand up for them. High points are garbage. No,
Trash.
this is a
Larkins
Taurus.
too. I have this old 380, a little throwaway I keep. You shoot about 2 rounds and then bullet stuck right here.
Somehow got turned around.
Yeah, you was like,
Hey,
hey.
hold on, calm down. Yeah. No,
I
this was
hate
it was
that
a
gun,
Taurus, which Taurus used to be like on that same level,
Right.
very cheap gun. They've become very reliable. They have a lifetime warranty on all their firearms that they sell.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So like they're really good now. I
And they're
would
still
stand by
cheap though too.
Yeah, they're cheap
They're
as
still
fuck.
they're still a consumer item. Like,
Yeah.
they're really nicely priced.
And they got some nice looking guns.
Yeah. So I have it's a Taurus G2C. So it's
Yeah.
you have your G whatever, right? Because they have 3s now. So you have G1s, G2s, G3s. Then you have your S's and you have your C's. C's are smaller, compact. That's what the C stands for, is compact.
Yeah.
And my shit still holds 12 with one in the head, so 13 in total. And I like it because it's more of a kid-friendly gun. It has a safety on it. Whereas I have a Canik TPS F9, no safety.
I don't like guns with no safeties. Like
It is world renowned
I don't like
for
Glocks.
its trigger reset because
I
it
don't
is
like
one of the, like, without going out and buying a new trigger, its trigger reset is like crazy good. Like, you click it, bam, and then before, like, as soon as you click your finger forward, it's reset and you can press down and fire another round. It is an amazing. I personally love it.
thug guns.
You say thug gun?
Yeah.
It is.
They don't know what they're doing because
when they
they're
first
not
came out-
aiming, fool. They're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just. That's all they
Depending
do.
on like the reviews that you look at, when Canics first were coming out and becoming really popular because of that trigger reset, a lot of reviewers were like, "This is the Glock killer," right? Because everybody knows Glocks. Everybody knows the reliability of Glocks.
I don't like
The
Glocks.
accessories, I don't like Glocks either. But I will say,
Touch that motherfucker and pow.
I will say,
shot in the leg. You know
I
what
will
I mean?
acknowledge Glock's
Nigga,
reliability.
you shot yourself with your own gun, nigga.
Yeah.
At Shields?
That's what they.
I
right.
just keep it loaded for you.
Right.
Yeah, but I will acknowledge Glock's reliability and its accessibility. No other firearm manufacturer in the world has the same amount of accessories.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
And you
for
throw
me,
that shit in some
I'm
dirt or whatever, and
yeah,
that shit's
you
still
know, and
fire.
it's gonna fire.
Yeah.
Personally though, I don't want to fucking shoot a Lego. They're uncomfortable and they fucking look ugly.
Yeah, they look ugly as fuck.
They're
I be having my shit to match my outfit.
right. Right. I got a little color today.
Yeah.
Let me wear
Yeah, I
this.
got
Lakers
a
are
little,
playing. It's purple.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a little brown
I know
gun.
that one.
Got a little black one. You know what I'm saying? This
I
chick
feel
I used to
that
mess with had a little purple one. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I got a little purple outfit. Can I use your nine?
Right.
Shit.
Because that's the reason why I have like a full size and a compact is because I wear shorts entirely through the summer. If I'm not at work, I'm in shorts.
You don't have no full
Basketball
size.
shorts,
All
so
compacts. All compacts.
I'm not a big fan of compacts.
I am.
I like full size. I ain't gonna lie. I like full size, but they're only practical to wear. You walk around with a full size gun in a fucking basketball shorts,
Right.
dude. No,
Dude,
You
my
know what I
homegirl
mean?
got a big 40. Big one.
And
And she
even
don't even
smallest
hide it.
girls
She ain't
with
hide
a
it.
40.
Right. And she a little motherfucker.
And I be telling people that it's
Under her underarm like this. And I be
smoking
like,
a black riding
yo,
around town. And I always tell people, but I
why
always
you
tell people-
have that? Like, why you have that? You got your gun? I be like, yeah, I got my gun. Oh, that's cute.
Right. But I always tell people
Bitch.
the impracticality of it. So
Yeah.
the way I was explained at least was, let's say you're right-handed, you're right dominant. There's a chance that if you're ever encountered, you get shot in that arm. You still need to be able to maneuver that gun, hold it up, and shoot effectively with your left.
I'm dead.
Same way that you do with
Dead
your
as
right.
fuck.
You do. That's like a big thing. Like that's
Sure.
Yeah, as fuck. If it's a basketball, it might be cool. A gun, I'm dead. Dead
yeah,
as fuck.
but at the same time, you just firing shots at. Even if you just firing shots off, ain't nobody finna be like, "Well, he's firing. Let me go see where. Let me see where he's aiming."
I think I got him. And then run up on you. I ain't no deer, nigga.
right. That's why you just fire off one every couple of seconds. Like, police, y'all need to get the fuck over here.
Yeah. Call our car.
Hold on, card.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's
that's why I
Citadel.
never.
Don't go.
That's why.
Right,
I don't,
yeah.
That's why I don't carry a 45 or a 40. I carry a 9 because the 9 is practical enough, especially in today's ballistics. You can fire from both hands. Now, accurately, that's
22 too, though.
Yeah, 22.
And you
don't know
kill a
that.
motherfucker with a 22.
A 22 is
The most, that's what
historically
killed.
the most dangerous
Oh,
round
yeah, it
in
is.
America.
Yeah. That's what I be telling motherfuckers.
Yeah, you hit a motherfucker in they leg, and
And then
doctor's
be up
over here
here.
doctor's over here pulling out his spleen, like, yeah, but it ricocheted.
That
all
motherfucker be like,
the fuck up.
ping, 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 ping.
Playing ping pong.
Plinko.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
they can't even plug up those holes that it's hitting.
Yeah.
I like 22s are fun. I'll shoot
I don't
with
like no
22s.
Zero
22. That
recoil,
shit
too.
is- but
I'm not
it's
going. I'm not
too
going. lie.
little. I don't
I'm
feel
not
like.
gonna-
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't feel like no killer.
Minimal recoil.
I don't feel like a killer.
You know
You
what I
shoot
mean? But
22,
yeah, I'm
you're-
not-
Yeah. Might as well grab a BB
I'm
gun
like-
out this
he
bitch.
started to run until he heard the shots. And
They turn around.
22.
Nigga, is that airsoft?
My daughter got
No,
the same
nigga.
gun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's so I don't
like
think it's
22s.
practical to everyday carry a 22. But like, let's say somebody who doesn't fire a gun
Mhm.
and they're a little
22,
bit,
yeah, the shit.
22. That's it. Yeah, for sure. I got a 22 just like you said. It sounds just like a BB gun.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
fun to shoot.
Oh yeah, 22s are fun as fuck. But if you in
Cheap
some,
ass ammo.
if you in some shit,
I'm
22 is not what
shooting
you
that.
want.
I'm
That's
shooting
not
no
what you want.
22. I'm not shooting no 22.
I know somebody said they killed a bear with a 22.
Yeah, I do too. I know the same person. I know the same person.
I was
know
like, what?
I think we all.
I hit
know
it right
the same
between the
person.
eyes.
Yeah, with
You ain't hit that motherfucker
I will
between
say
the eyes.
that it has been recorded that a person has killed a moose with a 22. But dude, we're not
Yeah,
fucking
he
marking.
shot him up his dick.
Or in the
He
eye.
He shot him right here, square point in between the eyes. So right into the frontal
Frontal lobe.
frontal lobe,
Frontal cortex.
Is it lobe?
cortex. We was talking about brains today.
What,
so.
what's frontal lobe?
That's
What's
it's,
that?
it's right.
It's the main. area.
ironically not in the front. It's all. It's like to,
Okay,
to the
cool.
side.
Cool.
I believe.
All right.
I'm not the best with the
You
anatomy.
get hit in the frontal lobe, you dead man though,
I mean,
right?
you get hit with pretty much anywhere in the brain. You know.
Hold on.
Chances
You don't,
are
have, you don't
slim.
have a good chance.
Your
What,
chances are
what's
slim.
that shit called? The shit in the leg, the biggest. What's that shit
Femur.
called? No,
No, the artery.
Yeah. What's that shit?
I
You
think
have two.
It's an artery, but I don't
Yeah.
know what the
You
hell
have
it's
two. They
called.
run from your big foot up to your
Yeah, the big one though.
Your
up
big foot.
here.
It's
your big toe.
called.
If that shit gets cut, it's curtains.
Yeah, you have like 6 or 7 minutes until
Yes,
you bleed out.
and then it's curtains.
I can't.
Fuck, I can't
Is it
remember.
There's an
femoral?
NFL running back you got shot in the
Femoral.
leg.
I think it's your,
Yes, your
femoral,
femoral.
femoral
There
artery.
was a running back years ago who got shot in the leg. They broke into his house.
Yeah,
Um,
I can't remember who it
I
was.
believe it's called your femoral artery.
Okay. Yeah, you get hit in that, cancel Christmas.
yep.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
You got about 6 minutes until you're done.
Yeah, and the
6 or
ambulance
7
ain't getting there and that. Like, no.
No.
Not unless you just have a tourniquet on you.
Unless you're right out
Which
front of it.
ironically,
You
Which-
can do that. That does work.
What?
it's
However,
life over
tourniquet?
limb.
yeah,
It's life over
yeah,
limb.
you're basically sacrificing your leg to live,
Right.
which is
Well,
I'll do it. But
They have some badass,
Which I carry a tourniquet.
what the hell are they called?
See?
prosthetics.
Prosthetics. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep. So it's always with me.
fuck that.
Like
Ain't no prostate.
it's 90% of the time with me.
My Jordan ain't gonna fit right on that bitch.
You
Life is
always
over,
have
dog.
one good
Yeah,
one.
life is over. Life is over at that
Size
point.
11 here, size
Yeah,
9 on the other side.
because I'm new to it, so my shit's gonna be dragging in the dirt.
There was, there was.
Well, no, Keith, you gotta think about it. Listen, you lose your left leg, right?
Right.
You gotta find a guy that lost his right leg,
Oh, yeah.
and then you double up your whole shoe shit, dog.
You right.
Dude, that's cheap.
But I can't play kickball no more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
no
more beating
more.
your daughters in foot races.
Right. Oh, I can't even really beat him down. I just be like, nah, you don't want to fuck.
That's why I'm glad. I'm big on teaching kids life lessons like that. You're gonna lose this fucking game to me. But
I want to shoot you in the leg.
yeah. You're either gonna let me win in this MMA fight on the PS2 or PS5, or you're gonna see me in real hands outside. Dad, I'm 6.
Either way, I'm gonna
Great
cry.
time to get your ass whipped. Great time to get your ass whipped. And that's how it happened to me. We used to play. I used to play Modern Warfare 2 with my uncle, and I was about to win one time. He slapped the shit out of me. And fucking dropped the control. I dropped the controller because I just got the shit slapped out of me.
Yeah.
And he won. It was tied up. It was tied up game. I was hawking down on him, and he screen watched, looked at me, and was like, "Oh, this motherfucker," and slapped the shit out of me. I'm talking about spit flying out the mouth and everything. Then looked at me and had the nerve to look at me and be like, "Why are you crying?"
Yeah. What's your problem?
Right. I was like 9. I was like, "Are we seriously having this conversation right now?"
Yeah.
It sucked. But I'm big on teaching kids life lessons like that. You know, you're not gonna always win in life.
Don't you know by now that there's a fucking charger right here?
No, I
though?
did not.
It's been here.
We just
for
fucking knew
years.
there was lights here.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Terrible.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
oh, it's a good one too.
Greg, I have a question for you.
Yes.
And I feel like this is gonna spark something.
Sure.
Oh, let's hear
So
it.
that's why I'm asking.
Let's
love
find
it.
out what this is.
I love it.
How do you feel about Doge
Oh boy.
finding out all this stuff that they're spending money on?
What are they finding
I
out?
don't even know what you're talking about.
You haven't seen all that shit?
No, I don't even know.
Give
Tell
me
me
some
about it.
examples.
I thought
You
that was
mean
short
that
for
we're
Doja
no
Cat.
longer going to be able to give AIDS help
Call me ignorant.
Yes.
to like the whole world?
Yep.
Where we're saving almost 25 million people a year.
Oh, you talking about like
All the shit Elon's
The
looking
kids?
into.
Oh,
and-
trying to shut down and stuff?
yeah, all that
Yeah.
shit.
So all the U.S. aid stuff
Yeah,
he
yeah,
canceled,
basically.
which is utterly retarded.
Let me just say this.
Such
I'm
a
finally,
stupid-
Wait, you don't like the aid, or you don't like he shut it down?
He shouldn't be shutting it down.
Okay,
I'm finally
cool.
jumping the fence on poverty. I don't need them to shut all that shit down.
I'm gonna
'cause
say
they
you're
don't-
jumping. Maybe like you got a leg over.
I got a leg up.
You might be looking over the fence.
You're like a
That's what the other side.
Look at that grass. That's green.
you're like a paraplegic just crawling up the stairs. Dog.
You're like me with that bad leg I just got.
I'm seeing what life could be, all right? And I'm just like,
Mhm.
that sucks because I'm about to get pushed all the way the fuck back. You know?
Yeah, that
So
shit
for me,
crazy.
it does. I'm in that position where I'm like, damn,
So we are unbelievable. We're rushing at a record pace towards an oligarchy, and it's upsetting because
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
One man rules it all.
no,
Oligarchy.
that's
I
a
think you said
dictatorship.
I heard all
Oligarchy is
Yeah,
basically
Free breadsticks?
is
No.
that's
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
Olive Garden.
Oh, okay. My
It's been a
bad.
while
Hey, I
since
love
I've
this
been
soup.
that bottomless stuff.
So it's basically what happened in the Soviet Union, or formerly Soviet Union. So what happened was
So we should have Boris on here.
Boris was never in the Soviet Union. He was
Go ahead, you tell him that on Monday.
Yeah, you tell him.
he was in Bulgaria, which was a satellite state of the Soviet Union for a while, but he was never in
All right.
the main portion.
Let
of
me
it.
call Boris right now.
Anyway, what happened in the Soviet Union was
We'll get off the phone.
there were a lot of
Talking about
state
chainsaws.
there were a lot of state-owned industries,
Okay.
right, and businesses and stuff like that, right. So, for example, like let's just say like coal, for example, right. There were a lot of coal businesses which were run by the state, aka the government, right.
Mhm.
So when the state dissolved, i.e., the fall of the Soviet Union, right, the government dissolved,
Mhm.
and they had to form a new government. What happened was a lot of people who were in or associated with the government at that time basically said, hey, we now own this privately. So
Okay.
we're going to profit immensely off of it and basically run certain parts of the government, like the energy output of the government, whether it be coal plants or hydroelectric plants or whatever the fuck it may be.
Was that a thing?
Now, instead of it being, I think so, because the Soviet Union dissolved in the fucking 90s,
I'm not.
or late 80s, early 90s.
I'm not
I can't
interested
remember.
enough in all.
But anyway,
to know when
hydroelectric power has been around for a bit. I mean, fucking look at Hoover Dam. That's been around for a while. That's hydroelectric
it's still
power.
drying.
Yeah, but anyway. So, these few people got a hold of basically what was state-run stuff that was pretty crucial to the state's existence, like power, logistics in terms of like food supply and stuff like that, and they became ridiculously wealthy off of it. So what we're heading towards now is there's these few people, i.e. some billionaires like
Capitalism.
Bezos, Zuckerberg, Musk. These people are trying to either control or have heavy influence over certain state-run things, like the fucking way that people are paid out in Social Security.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That should not be fucked with.
Right.
So, as an example, I heard the other day, as an example, the average Social Security payment, and this is, mind you, people who are generally retired,
Right.
Social Security payment is $65 a day.
Yeah.
That's the average Social Security payment.
It's nothing.
So what is that? A year?
I can't do that math on the fly.
Okay.
Grab your phone.
Let's say 30, 32.
No, it's more than that.
$1,000?
$65
We
a
have
day?
4 phones in front of us.
Well, I'm not
No,
holding.
we gotta be smart about it. Try to do it in your head first and see who gets closer.
Hey, you said
okay.
smart and
I said 32.
32
I'm gonna go.
times 3.
So
that's
let's just go 100 a day
9.
and then go 365.
65 times 52.
No, go 100.
Oh, no, he said a day.
times
So
3.
365, right? So that would be 350,000, right?
No, that's not even 350,000. What are you, insane?
Hold on, you locking in 350?
No.
350 is
I haven't
unreal.
even got done with my
Let me
calculation
know you
yet.
guys' number because I
Yeah,
pulled
we
it
know
up.
because
You're
it's not
only
even
looking
close.
at, like,
I bet you it'd be close.
I pulled it up.
350,000.
Hold on.
What are you
I pulled
talking
it
about?
Hold on.
No, you're only looking at
The
like
4 of
40
us
grand a year.
combined don't make 350,000.
Hold on. I'm at 35. I added 0.
Okay.
So then you have to take away because, well, no, because I had 100 and you said 65. That's $40. So we act like we're at the corner store.
Looking for honey sticks.
Simple math. This is simple math, folks.
Right. So I'm thinking that's 26,000 ish.
Okay, so we got 17, 26,
I think I said 40.
40.
Somewhere around
What
there.
do you got, Greg?
A
I'm
year.
just gonna say like 34.
Okay. Greg was the closest. Or no.
Just what is the number?
17 grand
A year.
a year. $65 a day is 17 grand a year.
Okay. Anyway,
Mm.
back to the topic.
Okay, cool.
I heard that the average
You-
Social
you were
Security payment
closest.
is
I mean-
$65 a day.
He said-
Okay.
Right, I know because I do use my hood math.
Now, somebody who is literally the richest person on the planet, okay? This person, from federal grants, okay? This is federal taxpayer money. He receives $8 million per day from federal taxpayer money through various companies he owns, okay?
Right,
Average
right.
American doesn't see that.
This man
No.
is the one who's going to now scrutinize that $65 a day.
They don't never want anybody to catch up to where they are.
No, of course.
Yeah,
Which
of
is
course.
why this should not be allowed.
Right.
Okay, let me rephrase that. It literally is not allowed. What
No, it
he's
isn't.
doing is illegal.
It's
Period.
funny because only 1% of America makes over 100 grand a year.
No, that
One
is not
each
true.
individual.
I think it's 6.
That is not
I think
true.
it's
I
6.
want to say it's 7 or 8%.
I think it's 6.
7 or 8%.
Google it.
It's less than 10% for sure.
6.
I'll call Kevin.
You know.
Well, he like
He knows.
me and 2 others.
Yeah.
We all know each other.
Yeah. I just called him.
Over 100,000?
I think it's 6. I think it's 6%.
Well, actually, it's significantly more than that. I'll say that
You think so?
because I thought he said more than 100,000.
You did.
House?
Because
Household.
over 100,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Right.
of people. The middle class ranges from 42 to like fucking like 190 or something
Right.
like that.
Jeez.
So it's a huge fucking gap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people make more than 100,000. I'm gonna say 23%, 23 or 24%.
So if you're rounding it all together, about 18% of U.S. adults earn more than 100 per year. 7% of adults aged 18 to 24 do. 18% of adults aged 25 to 34 do. 25% 35 to 44. 20% 45 to 54, and 16 55 and older.
What is that individual?
Yes.
What is
individual.
household?
Household. It was.
You can't count that though.
It was actually less. I want to say it was 16 because that was the first I looked up.
Can't count.
Was
that.
household.
There's no way household is less.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you find your
Because
taxes
an
together.
individual is a household.
You're getting
Right.
fucked.
So I'll take off the single person. In 2023, about 17% of U.S. households earned between 100 and 149.99.99.
Oh, that's because that's a gap. It's only that 100 to 150.
Even
Yeah,
still,
it's still a gap.
17% of households.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
And you think about that, that's, I mean, shit.
We're in that 17%.
Right. You guys are lucky. That's why you guys have heat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, hey,
that's
that
it.
cost us $6,000. Okay.
Right.
He's like, I stay here over here. So
Right, right, because
I can't afford to run my
if my
shit
heat
like
goes
that.
out, guess what?
It's out.
It's out. Hey, I'm cold till summer, and then like I don't.
Better open that stove up.
Right.
that oven.
I'm going to motherfucking Walmart and get 18 space heaters.
Yeah.
I pay my electric, so guess what? I'm cool.
Yeah.
You can't. Some people can't afford that shit, man.
Anyway,
I'm going to go steal it out the neighbors. I mean,
it seems
personally, they're old. They don't know.
it seems insane to me. I understand the sentiment behind the Doge department, or I guess it's just Doge because it starts with department.
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment behind it. You
What's
want
that
to
an
find
acronym for?
Department of Government Efficiency.
Okay.
I understand the sentiment of wanting to
That's
What are the
not-
days?
make sure your dollars
I don't
spent
spend it. I
correctly.
don't
Sure.
spend it.
Right.
That's
I
right.
understand.
If I give
that.
you money and you're going to
Doge?
spend it, I want to make sure you're doing it right.
That's
Sure,
dope.
I understand that.
Like I said, I thought
You
it
know.
was short for Doja Cat.
Me too.
When he said Doge, I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
Doja Cat.
But
I would-
DOS. too.
I would be
Government.
50
Government.
times more trusting in
That's
Doja
gosh.
Cat than this fucking retard Elon Musk.
So it's fair to say you're not getting a Tesla.
No. No.
No.
I understand the sentiment of we
You know,
get a
like
lot of taxes.
You know, I hit the lottery or not?
We get a lot of taxes.
Just because of
you know,
You know what I
as a
mean?
country, we receive a lot of taxes.
Right.
Right. The government gets a lot of taxes from its citizens. Whatever you spend, there's a billion different fucking things that has to be spent on in a billion different places. Right.
Sure.
So I understand the sentiment of, well, I want to make sure it's being spent what it's supposed to be being spent
Right.
for. Right. That
We're
totally
spending
makes
our money
sense.
to better America, right?
Sure.
Let's
it totally
use
makes
that money
sense.
to
It's
better
just hate.
America.
Sure.
Whether it's
hate.
roads,
However,
whether it's-
take.
I don't think people realize how efficient our government actually is. I know they want to think, it's all bullshit. Nobody knows what they're doing. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
We get a lot of money. We spend a lot of money.
Who's we? Okay,
The country
the government,
itself.
okay.
Yeah. The
Right.
country's every
Well,
year
no, me and you
we
spend a lot.
have X amount of GDP
Right. Bad.
and we spend
Well,
X
just
Just
amount
got
of money.
shot
Right.
over some Jordans. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So
But
it takes literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of employees in the government to do all this different shit. It's not
he's
just
firing them all.
it's not just
Yeah.
one like office building
He's firing
in
them all.
fucking DC with like maybe like 1,000 people in it.
He's
right?
firing them all.
No, because it's a funnel, right? Because they say this is how much we have federally funded towards this. Now each state gets they
lot
get
of
this
them.
much money
Yeah.
for whatever it is that they're pursuing within that department. So it's all funneled throughout it. It's just, I don't know. For me personally, I
And
don't
also, just to be clear, 100% of our federal spending is approved by Congress. 100% of it. There is no like
one dude
random
saying,
agency
yeah.
that's just like, oh, I need an extra $2 billion. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
No, that's
Hold
not
on.
how that works.
Hold on. Can he fire Congress?
No,
No.
Those are elected officials.
So he can never fire them.
correct.
No.
No.
That's
That's the saddest part about them not doing something.
but they feel like they can't.
Yeah, because they're dumb.
Because they think that he holds so much political power that they won't be reelected. which is the biggest worry of any congressman.
Right, right,
So all you gotta do is pop a Nazi salute, and then you're in charge of.
Correct.
right.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, not no more. You got the card today. Yeah,
You already pledged allegiance.
Yeah. You wore on the other side of that fence. Now you peeking it over with me and Keith.
So that shit we be watching with
the Senate hearings
Yep.
and stuff. What
they're all
about?
Congress people, right?
Well, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Or the House or Republican.
Right.
or
So they can't-
Representatives.
Anybody on that shit can't be fired.
Correct.
So you get
So
13.
let me rephrase that. There are some
it's not
instances of they can be removed from that committee,
right.
but they're still a House representative or a senator or whatever.
So there's 25 and 25.
Well, no, there's
Republicans-
50 and 50.
50?
50-50. Each state gets two.
Yep.
How come you only see the same motherfuckers on there every time?
Because it's kind of a...
It's an old white man game.
Well, it's...
Yeah.
I don't want to say
It
it's celebrity-esque, but it's kind of...
There's 2 from every state then?
Yeah, there's 2 from each state.
Cool.
It's kind of... the more you make yourself known, the more you can kind of have some political sway.
Right.
And the more likelihood of you being reelected or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So it's kind of like a weird any publicity is good publicity
And
kind
you
of thing.
can you can get for life.
As long as you're continually reelected, yes. So for example, Bernie Sanders
Right.
has been in Congress for 60 years now.
Dude was there for the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I mean,
Jesus.
But
Like,
that's,
I kinda like
that's
some of-
because he has won his election.
I kind of like some of his policies though.
Bernie's a great he's a great guy.
Right.
he also has some shitty policies.
Yeah, he does.
Too.
But that's like
He
everybody
does.
though.
Not and that's everybody. Not every single. Nobody knows how to 100% run this country.
No.
You know, or the correct
That's
way
why
to
we
do
have
it.
2 parties.
Right.
Which is a bad thing.
What you should to me you should have 3.
You should have about 20, but yeah.
3. I say 3. Whatever this side is, whatever this size, and these motherfuckers in the middle of it.
3 is
I believe
3 is
3 would have been considered what, the Green
significantly
Party?
better than
Hmm?
2.
Because you got Republicans and Democrats. Those are
Right.
the main 2 political parties that America
In the U.S.,
Right.
yeah.
But there are also others. I mean, you have libertarians. You have, I
Yeah.
believe they're called the Green Party.
There are multiple parties in the U.S., that is correct. However, there are only 2 represented in Congress.
Right.
Actually 3. I think there's a libertarian guy in there somewhere.
No,
He's
but
an
he's
The senator.
independent.
but there's only one. He's not
Bernie's an
represented.
independent.
Well,
He's
that
just-
doesn't count. That's not a party.
Right.
And libertarians have some wild fucking
Libertarians
views.
are basically...
I don't even know what they are.
anti-government.
I'll tell you what they are.
They're wild. They got
I'll
some
tell you
wild
what they are.
policies.
Libertarians, on paper, okay?
They're
On
vegans.
paper, they believe in 100% deregulation. So nothing should be regulated at all, and every personal liberty should be your right.
We about
So, for example, it should not be
Come on, there's
required for you to have a driver's license in order to drive a vehicle. Okay? That is something that libertarians
What was
believe.
that shit when they killing motherfuckers all night? What's that shit called?
Purge.
Yeah, it's purge all day if they in charge.
They believe that there should be no regulations of virtually anything. They're that's on paper.
Yeah.
In reality, they're just Republicans who think weed should be legalized.
Oh.
That's
And I'm with
basically
them.
it.
That's not
So
bad.
they wear fucking like sandals.
They believe
And shoot
everything that
guns.
Republicans believe in reality.
Republicans love guns.
They're
though.
like, but what
Everybody
it is,
loves
a
guns.
good,
This
a
is
good
America.
idea of it is like we should be able to get shit faced in public and shoot guns.
Hell yeah.
That's like a libertarian.
That's America.
Yeah. Which I mean, personally, right? It's like God, beer, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh, beer second?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
I ain't
Sure,
hear
always.
nothing about. Never mind.
Libertarian.
I've already been labeled tonight. So,
Yeah.
You want
You
to
want me
get
to say
labeled
it?
twice.
I'm gonna say something about some big
Libertarians
shit.
are not.
Right.
It's not a good party. They're pretty.
BBLs?
Right.
They say
You gotta have
some really bad
BBLs in there
shit.
somewhere.
I got a question for Keith. Me and Greg had this conversation earlier.
Oh.
Do you believe that you can be racist?
No, I don't think I can.
Thank
Like
you.
you personally, or you
As
You
in
talking
your
about black
ethnicity.
folks or you talking
Yes,
about me?
black folks.
as in black folks.
Yeah, black folks can be racist.
Well, speaking as a black folk,
Talk about
honorary
me
member.
personally, I don't think I can,
The
but black
American
folks,
Association of
black
Negro
folks can be.
Society.
Black folks can be.
A group of people can absolutely.
Yeah.
Individually,
No.
it just depends.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Black folks can be.
I don't think because
Walk me through your reasoning.
okay.
I'm with him. I'm with him kinda on that. But then I'll explain my view.
So the reason why I think that specifically black folk cannot be racist is because the Institute of Racism, one, was built upon what we know today, modern day racism is built upon the institution of slavery.
No,
Yes,
it
it
existed
is.
far before then.
But it
Just
really
ask Greg,
didn't,
he's a
though.
Jew.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
mean,
with you.
We're going back to
Well,
Jews?
We're
Yeah.
going way
We're
back.
going
It
way
always
back.
comes back to us, baby.
We're going way back.
Jews were enslaved by people who looked like they were the same. They were the same. From
Yeah,
the
look
same
like white
So
folk.
there
background.
isn't racism against color. There's racism against religion, but you don't classify that as the same as
Because-
racism.
because it's
Kinda,
not.
Color?
kinda. That's how I
No,
kind of see it too.
religious prejudice.
That's how I
and-
kind of see it too, though.
And
So let me break down your argument because I've heard this before.
Okay, but hold on. If no, they really can't look at you and see you a Jew unless you got the little fucked up hat on.
the yarmulke.
You don't think
But
that
they didn't have
fucked up
that.
hat.
First of all, and even then, they didn't have that way back when he was talking about the Jews being
No,
enslaved.
wait, it's been all this time. It hasn't been just at the
You would
beginning
never
for-
know nobody is Jewish unless you see them with the hat on.
That's not true.
How,
Well,
how
I
you
didn't
gonna
look
know?
at you and
How
think
you gonna
I
know?
didn't know you were Jewish.
I
until
didn't
you
know it
started walking
either.
around
I
going,
live in New York
I'm
for
Jewish.
I seen your fat ass. I thought you was a big booty white chick.
Yeah, you thought they were Puerto Rican.
Right? Did you?
So if you don't know, you don't know.
you don't know.
What I
So
mean,
there's this weird thing. This happened very prominently in the Vietnam era. Okay, so there's this weird thing where people who are in the same region can be very easily identified from people who are in the region just right next to them.
Yeah,
Right?
we
So
got that.
there was literally military training during Vietnam to distinguish between people who are Vietnamese and people who are Laotian,
Okay,
right?
cool.
Okay.
Even though those are neighboring countries
Right,
and they share an incredibly similar culture,
right.
they were able to differentiate from them despite them being
Their looks.
virtually neighbors.
Do
And
they make
virtually-
mistakes? Were they making mistakes and killing motherfuckers that won whatever the other one?
oh,
Well, that was
for sure,
that wasn't because of that though. That was just because we did a lot of war
casualty
crimes.
of war.
Right,
We
right.
did a lot of war crimes in Vietnam.
Cool. Or because some of these motherfuckers are so dumb, they can't tell.
I mean, that's possible too.
Right. Okay,
But a
go
lot
ahead.
of people
Continue.
could.
Continue.
It was a
Right.
pretty effective thing.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
People were able to do it, and that was just in a short period of us,
I got
going to war over there. Blah blah blah.
I got you.
When you live with these people for, I assume, 1,000 years,
Right.
in the case of Egypt or whatever,
You know.
you can tell.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You just know.
You know.
Right?
Right?
But to even piggyback on that, and don't fact check me on this because I personally never.
All right, Trump. So
I've never fact checked this. This is just something that I have heard before.
yeah, so let's spread that.
So before choosing
Spread it.
Let's go.
Africans for the slavery, I heard that America was already having slavery, and I believe
Right.
that a lot of the slaves were Irish.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's a lot easier for the British settlers to be like, okay, we got these Irish slaves, and these Irish slaves to escape and say, well, I'm British, than it is for a fucking 6'5", 210 fucking
Big
black,
Let's throw that in there.
yeah,
Very
big dick black dude to say, hey, I'm British too. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's to piggyback off that. It's like, yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the idea behind it.
it's
That's
the
why they
look.
were like, hey, we got this country full of just chocolate.
They didn't pick them
motherfuckers.
because they were dark. They picked them because it was easy to get them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then
nobody-
We had never been on a fucking boat. So when you say, hey, let's go on a boat ride,
That shit sound kind of cool.
I don't think that's
You
what
can
happened.
trick me like that
Hey,
today.
I don't
we
know.
That's why they have
we
Carnival
don't
Cruise.
know. We don't know.
Oh,
we don't
do
know.
They were.
Would you say we had Carmex?
Carnival Cruise.
Oh,
Yeah, Carmex, you guys don't know, but you.
motherfucker, there's some burning over that motherfucker.
You're the leading reason for slavery.
I thought you said Carmack. That shit was funny
When
as
this dude
motherfucker.
stepped off the boat, was like, ah,
Sometimes I
Carmack.
just be burning it. I get that Carmack on.
Right.
Shit.
Damn.
Where you want me to go?
What you want me to do again, boss? I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, okay, let's establish a couple things.
Carmex.
It is a
What's
fact.
that? Carmack.
It is a fact
It's
that
just shit.
Africans
Monumental
were
slavery.
forcibly taken from their homelands, and in some
Right.
cases sold to Europeans
Right.
by other Africans.
Okay, not some, most.
No, some cases.
Most.
A lot of the time,
What
they
was
were
that statement again?
forcibly
What was
taken.
that? What was that statement again?
What?
Let me hear it. What did you just say?
A lot of the times, they were forcibly taken from their
Who?
land, Africans,
Okay, cool.
and then transported to other places, not necessarily just America.
You said most, or what was that? What was the word you
A
used?
lot of the times,
A
yeah.
lot of time, yeah.
See, and I thought he said that they were. I thought so. I jumped the gun a little bit. I thought he said that some of the times they were sold. They were
Right,
sold
right.
to him.
That's
I
what
was like,
that's what I thought he said too.
I'm pretty
Some
sure,
of the
like,
time.
Yeah, most of the time they was so. They was.
That's
sold.
why I thought you
I
said
can't.
some.
I don't know the fucking percentages, but it wasn't a
99.9?
No.
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 Okay.
Yes, there were.
I've seen
Is
Many
it in the
instances-
90s?
There. Well, I don't know about the
Okay,
90s.
cool.
There were many instances of
There's a good word.
people who were selling other Africans to these Europeans to
Right.
go
Well,
ship
they
them
were paid
off
for that
to wherever. Yeah,
because
they're-
it was
but,
a bunch of
again-
impoverished countries.
Was it
Again-
was it Africans selling Africans?
yes.
Yeah.
However,
but that was due.
again, in those instances of Africans selling Africans, the Africans who were selling the other Africans forcibly took those people. They weren't like being volunteered into slavery.
I mean,
They were
it
being
depends on how you
forced
look at it.
into slavery. Just like literally most of history, people were forced into slavery.
If a white
were
man puts a
paying-
gun
they
to
were
your
paying
head
those.
and says, "Hey, go get some of your brothers and cousins and bring them back here,"
That's not even how it happened. They
No.
were paying them because they knew
Yeah,
they,
they
were
were paying them.
impoverished.
well, I'm
It
just
was-
saying, and
But
we'll
the people
pay
who
you.
were but the people who they were paying.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Ross, your foot's-
But the people who they were paying were forcing other people into slavery so
Right.
they could then sell them for
Mhm.